innovation has arrived, with the speed to go beyond limitation and discover the unreal. Introducing the Samsung NVMe SSD 970 series, the key to unlocking your power, with the performance to reach beyond the expected, the capacity to illuminate a world of ideas, and the reliability to sustain it all. Samsung's latest NVMe M.2 SSD. Unreal performance realized.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the third time this week, we go beyond the game. World Cyber Games Connected 2020, $25,000 on the line. We've seen 4 worthy competitors in the past 2 days, and now it's time for 4 new ones to step up their game. Chaemiko versus LinGuaGua and Soin versus WCG. My name is Neo. Welcome to the show. By my side, the wonderful, the beautiful Mr. Remo Demo. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Neo. Thanks. It's the third day in our first week of WCG Connected. Yesterday and the day before, we had the world stars, the rock stars, if you will, of Warcraft 3 stepping into the ring. Today, it's going to be a chance for the second guard to shine. Once again, we're going to go into Group A and Group B to figure out who's going to perhaps be up for a surprise.
Indeed. World Summer Games 2020 graced us with 4 tournaments in 4 games, but that's not entirely true, because in Warcraft 3 we got 2 tournaments, the solo tournament and the team tournament. It's gonna be great. We're here Monday through Wednesday at noon. This is always WCG's high noon here at Back to Warcraft. The winner takes home $13,000, $5,000 for the runner-up, 4,000 and 3,000 for third and fourth place. So you have to reach the final 4 to take anything away from WCG 2020.
Yeah, I guess you gotta go deep here to be rewarded in the end. And of course, making it to the finals, making it to the prize money is the big goal. And perhaps some medals as well. We already had a great tournament last year, 2019 in Xi'an. We saw Infi and TH in the final. Infi victorious there. That really seemed to be the start of Infi's dominance. But in these last 2 days, we saw that perhaps this time around it's not going to be so easy for the Iceman, where Lin looked so strong, defeated him. But in the group stage, it's still everybody has a chance. We only are on the first play day and the first play week here. Anybody can still make it.
Indeed. This is the second day of Group B here. Who's gonna follow Lin to the top of the group? We have also seen WFZ defeated by Sok yesterday, and TH with an absolute dominant performance with 3-0 over Focus, man. That was a statement win. So who can follow this up? It's once again China versus Korea. LinGuaGua versus Chimico. It's going to be Orc versus Human. Man, we are rushing through these graphics here. We got Concealed Hill, Echo Isles, and Northern Isles as our app. These seem to be, alongside Last Refuge, I think, the maps. Maybe Amazonia as well. But especially Northern Isles and Concealed stand out as the picks here at WCG.
Yeah, our newer maps seem to be pretty well balanced. There's one race who doesn't seem to be liking Northern Isles lately so much, and that is Night Elf, but that's not a concern for our first game. LinGuaGua versus Chimico. I saw from the fan base on War 3 Info, there seems to be a clear favorite here according to them, and that's Chimico.
What?
But I know somebody who may see that differently.
War 3 Info, what do these guys know? Come on. I mean, it's very, very obvious that LinGuaGua, this is the guy who introduced TC Headhunters to Orc Mirror, right? Isn't that all you have to know about this young fella? He started his rise when a lot of orcs in China were ascending. Ice Orc, Hug, but he's the one standing out. He's the one with longevity. And now he's facing Chimico, who we've seen a Korean human yesterday. Human players in Korea always kind of rare to see. But Sok and Chimico had their rise. At the moment, I would rank Sok a little higher. Chimico, struggles a little bit to get into this upper echelon of tier 1.5 players, I might call it. But maybe WCG is his tournament. For both of them, the first WCG participation. In the upper left from Korea, we got Chimico, and in the upper right for China, we got LinGuaGua.
Man, we are wasting no time today. Already in we go. Echo Isles, our first map. Now this matchup has seen a lot of deviation and possible strategies, but one thing that seems to be almost set in stone is the first hero choices. For the Orc, it's normally always Farseer nowadays, and AM Archmage seems to be the only viable choice for humans in most maps, in most scenarios. But Chimico, he's one of those special kind of characters. He's someone who might switch it up, acquires a map that could perhaps surprise us, but not today. It's gonna be the AM after all, so no big curveball just yet.
Yeah, Chaemiko, big fan of the Mountain King. We've seen TH vs Orc yesterday with their Blood Mage on a certain map. Amazonia here in this best of 3, not on the pool, so not an option. But yeah, standard play by Chaemiko. I kind of expected a Mountain King here. Also LinGuaGua, not switching it up, not going for the super crazy tactics. He's a little cursed, I want to say. He participated in 3 big tournaments recently, and he always finds himself in a group with the very best of the best. That is oftentimes the Moons, the Lins, the 1-2-0s of this world. And yeah, for a player who's just establishing himself on tier 2 of the Warcraft scene, that's absolute, brutal rounds of 16 over and over again. But this time, he sticks to the meta. Farseer, fast tech. Here we go.
A player's forces are under attack.
Only 2 farms as well, right? We've been seeing more and more 3-farm plays lately. LinGuaGua goes for the new fashionable Shadow Priest purchase. Gonna be a big help against these water elementals. But Chimico, not going for the 3 farms, not going for an expansion, seems to be aiming for a super fast tech on 2 farms, trying to catch up with the Orc. From the Chinese humans, we've been seeing a lot of fast expansion play. But Chimico, yeah, he wants to have nothing to do with that. He's going for a very fast tier 2.
Yeah, it's really interesting how the top 5 players of the world of both of their races approached this matchup very, very differently. So you can never be sure what's happening. Is it a fast tech? Is it an expansion? What is the first hero choice? Do they place an Arcane Tower in the main? Do they not? It's really hard to do, but LinGuaGua, the absolute meta build here, even going for the Shadow Priest early.
Yeah, I like it, especially against the 2-farm tech. This should fare pretty well. There's going to be very little on the field for the human for a long time. Water elementals make up a lot of that army because there's so few footmen. And dispelling one of these water elementals, suddenly Chimico is under quite a bit of pressure, taking a bit of damage on the AM, and he's pretty much completely out of mana once he summons the next water elemental.
Yeah, and with that positioning by LinGuaGua, he prevents the little green null creep spot, which would give the human level 2 and Brilliance Aura, but he's not really allowed to leave his base at the moment. Free damage from range, and we see in the upper left-hand side, it's a blacksmith, so Chaemiko going for Rifleman. This is something we don't see every day anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Ever since the most recent nerf to them, which was basically 3% DPS reduced, humans were desperate and exclaiming how bad they have it, as they oftentimes like to do, and nobody was playing rifles for a while, but now some humans are returning to it. Once again, there's a difference here between the Chinese and the Korean humans, it seems. TH and Infi still play pretty much always breakers, but the Koreans have been playing more and more riflemen once again. The downside of this, of course, is the TC Stomp can always be a big danger then against you, and we do see the TC second. But the upside is you can creep much, much more easily in the mid game with the riflemen and their high DPS.
Yeah, I agree. And we don't need a 3rd hero on this map. Tier 3, very, very unlikely. So soak up the map with the first couple of riflemen you get. Boost that Archmage up to 3, boost that Mountain King up to 3, and then you're in fighting shape. But this is all not so easy. Lots of free damage on the Archmage, so this will definitely force a shop in a moment when you really want to save your resources for MK and Sanctum and rifles. On the other side, we see Beastery and Lodge, so Shaman coming.
And Chimico is really hoping for these priests soon. But the Farseer is coming in for the intercept. This might be a TP force, and that is not something you want to ever have to use so early.
Oh,
Wolf
nice.
Summon, that's the block. And Well, he's not getting home. He has to TP or die.
He's trying to deny him into the creeps. Oh, can the wolves chase? Can the Farseer chase? Is he really not getting him? He's trying to intercept on the right-hand side. Ooh, if only the wolves were a little bit faster. The horse is giving it all. Needs an extra carrot after this day. So far, the Archmage survives. But this is, of course, time for the TC.
I think if he goes all the way bottom right and denies himself there, that's fine. But he's trying to survive. Oh my god, is he actually outmaneuvering this Farseer? I don't think he can get home, but he's giving it his all, you know? MK is out now. How well can he creep without water elementals, though, is the question. Seems like the MK is actually on his way in to save the AM. That's pretty cool. You know what? Nice save by Chaemiko.
Yeah.
But that took him like a full 2 minutes.
Yeah, and during that time, the TC is rising up to level 2. Almost got his Stomp. Yeah, the Farseer is only level 1.2, but that doesn't matter too much. Oh, this is one of Chimico's specials, the surrounds, but when it matters most, it doesn't work. Wakes up the Murlocs to create some space between the Mountain King and the Farseer, so he's safe as well. Cool little early mid-game between the two.
Yeah, and it's not looking too shabby for LinGuaGua, is it? He's getting level 2
Wait
on
a
his
second.
TC now.
Hold
Stumble
on.
on the Farseer.
That's a kill right there.
Forces are under attack.
Out of pretty much nowhere. But that was a lot of mana on the Mountain King. And a lot of time. So what can he do now that he's uncontested for a minute?
Getting the marketplace seems like a very smart choice. One of the neutral camps in the middle of the map that don't clearly belong to one of the sides. And of course the big consumable item. LinGuaGua, I like his response as well. He's going for the other very contested camp down in the south. More solo experience for his TC. Only now level 2 AM. Man, that took forever. Normally, you only feel comfortable once you have 3 levels or 2 levels on the human side. And that is just taken forever. And once this TC's level 3 and put his heal scroll on top, LinGuaGua may be looking for an engagement right away.
Okay, here's a purge. Here's the Footman kill right there. Supply numbers pretty even, and the TC up at level 3. This is what he wants. This is a great timing, and yeah, because the Archmage was forced to run away for so long, the levels are absolutely underwhelming. When's the first Stomp coming in? He's waiting a little, trying to find the perfect position. That was a good one. Farseer is back with the Wolves as well, but the Grunt gotta be careful. Tries to find his way into safety. But what's up with the Raider here? How much mana is left on the Mountain King? Not much. Next Stomp coming in. That's the problem for Chaemiko. How to keep your Rifleman safe? Doesn't seem to be the case here. And LinGuaGua, I'm not too sure if he lost anything in this fight. Stomps the entire army. Re-engages for a little. Here's the Lightning Shield. Trying to get it into the casters, into the militia to do maximum damage. There's no mana anymore. He can stay in here. Wow, the micro of LinGuaGua. Another Grunt Sage with like 0 HP. He still holds on to that heal scroll. Uses it now to save that Raider. Chimico, though, is he losing too much? I'm not too sure. It is a lot of damage, but it doesn't seem to be too many kills.
6 saves by LinGuaGua, though. Really amazing. Now finally loses one
Wow.
Shadow Priest, but only a Shadow Priest. He gets more and more rifles out of this engagement. And I wonder, Chaemiko, wasn't he being too aggressive there? He engaged into a level 3 TC.
Archmage in trouble. Forced into the potion, not the TP. Sorry to cut you off here, but that could have been important. Trying to go for the peasant surround. Flashy play attempt, but once again doesn't work. The surround skills, not at 100% today.
Yeah, but confident play still by Chaemiko. He's not backing out of this fight at all. TC in trouble. In a lot of trouble with the Stomp, though. Who's in trouble, really? The MK might be falling, and he is. That was the last bit of mana.
That looks like game to me. The TC is close to level 4. Archmage is still on level 2. I can't remember a game when Archmage was stuck on level 2 for such a long time. Is the dust settling now? Yes, it is, but not without LinGuaGua claiming more items. The Invo Potion, the Heal Scroll. The Heal Scroll that saved him so much in this fight. Absolute clutch. And the Chinese takes the lead.
Yeah, great fight by LinGuaGua. And Chimico, that was very ambitious to say the very least. He was moving from north to south, sees the Orc army there, TC level 3 and a heal scroll already, and he still goes into the fight. In that spot of the map, it takes forever for Militia to arrive, and what did he really have? He had 2 level 2 heroes, and like 1 priest and 2 rifles, maybe 3 rifles at most, did seem a little overeager to me. And it's not like he was contesting for the camp. The camp was gone already. I feel like the decisions here by Chimico in the mid to late game perhaps not as stellar. But the game's not over yet. He's climbing his way back up to 50 supply. Finally got the AM3. And once the MK gets to level 3 himself, we all know how strong Clap can be.
Yeah, needs a lot of mana as well. And can he afford all these mana potions? And how to defend against this TC? He's the star of this game. He has the highest level. He has the most impact in this game. And there's almost no way to stop him for Chaemiko. Of course, Stormbolt, but you kind of want to save that mana for Clap. And there's no spellbreakers at all. Oh, the ward by LinGuaGua. He's getting ready for a backstep, trying to retreat. It's daytime. So the vision for Chaemiko is good. Expo coming pretty late for this matchup. But he used all the resources to build a big army, and oh my god, is that an invite for Creep Jack or what?
Yeah, Chimico definitely has to pull out this camp. He must know that he has to do this. Yeah, and he will. Pulls it out far. The upside here for the humanist military support will be very strong, but how good are the connections from TC gonna be? He walks in onto the AM, who might be in trouble right away, has to be Stormbolt here to be controlled. AM still getting purged, getting focused, getting stomped, and might be falling here with a chain lightning. Didn't have the time for the TP. That's the first hero hitting the deck and the TC hitting level 4.
Yeah, and Lightning Shield runs in as well. There's an Invo Potion for him, and no real big X Factor. He can Stormbolt whatever he wants, but come on, the damage is at the moment laughable at only level 2. The Kodo might be falling, but LinGuaGua using the speed scroll gets him back to safety, and I think it's time for the Orc to clean this now. A little bit of a problem. He doesn't have Stomp anymore. But yeah, is that really a problem? I'm not too sure. Level 3 on the Archmage as well. Still 50 supply. He's just not losing anything. Next hero focus on this Mountain King, who's next to a shop, should be in range. Forces him into a TP out, but he got a hero. And he established his expansion once again. Great fight for GuaGua.
Yeah, just beautiful play, man. He is dotting all his I's and crossing all his T's. Really good performance by GuaGua. And Chimico not showing up as strong as he needs to. Once this expansion is finished, that's going to be the win condition for the Orc running. We've been seeing more and more humans recently going for counter expansions. But in this game, with how far behind Chimico is, I don't think this is the place where you can afford it.
Alrighty. Where to go from here? Pillage! Interesting. Going a little more raider heavy. And this is something that is kind of the LinGuagua special these days. Dodge the fights, go for raider lame. It's not very flashy, but it's damn effective. It's the question, how well does this work against the crowd control of Clap and Slow? But with speed scrolls, he should be fine. And shop control, man. Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah, the next heal scroll should be ready any moment. Doesn't have enough gold right now. Unusual to see double invul, but I guess also taking it away from the MK is super valuable. And now just double invul, double heal scroll. Against, I guess, double mana potion. Alright, Mountain King. Let's see how your good claps are. How good your claps are.
Little bit of a Hail Mary push, I guess, but what can he do? He's under pressure. The clock is ticking. Resources are tripling in for LinGuaGua now in masses, who's soon to break upkeep, I guess. Once he has another burrow, that should be his timing here. And so many consumables for LinGuaGua as well. 4.6 on the TC, mana potion, double heal scroll, double invul potion, and double speed scroll. How are you supposed to fight this army?
Chimico, this will have to be a masterful performance. But with this MK, there is a bit of hope. A little bit. Alright, in we go. Mountain King Invis in the front line, looking for the perfect clap. Gets off a nice one to start things off with. He's very far forward. No invul, remember. TC coming in with a Stomp. Lightning Shield. Good connection. Not getting dispelled until now. Has been dispelled here at this point. First heal scroll being used by the Orc already. Mountain King dropping low. Getting focused now. He has a heal potion, but no invul. He seems to be surrounded. Can he get out of this? He keeps the surround closed with the grunt invul on the TC. But the Invis, one thing that Chimico forgot about, or GuaGua I should say, was the dust. No dust to reveal this Mountain King, and oh my god. Oh my god.
No way.
Is Chimico fighting his way back into this now?
Everything is so low for LinGuaGua. He's losing his front line. There's not much mana on the TC anymore. He wanted to close out this game with the hero focus, but that didn't work. Chimico found the one answer to this play. Is up to level 4 now. 43 supply only. Doesn't even have many resources. The TC is about to hit the deck, and he dies. What's happening? Big comeback by Chaemiko. And he's now towering up this expansion. OMG.
Insane comeback by Chimico. Really rough early game. Nothing worked out. The AM dies later on. The opponent has an expansion, but then it's one Mountain King and 2 mana potions to save the day. LinGuaGua, he had the pillage ready. Maybe should have been in position for the counterattack earlier. If there's one mistake outside of dust to keep in mind here in this game, I think it's that one. Creeping a little bit too much when he had the expansion instead of just going for the base lane. Okay, but it's not over yet. He's got the TC back from the tavern, however, no mana. But he's catching this Mountain King with one ensnare. Should have a couple of purges as well.
There's no follow-up, though. It's also very limited damage. If you don't have the stun, if you don't have the lockdown, it's really rough. Close to level 5 TC. This could be the savior for LinGuaGua if he can pile up some resources and get these items, these consumables again. Wolves take care of the one rifle was supposed to do damage. Oh man, this region scroll is absolutely beautiful. I love the shop by Chimico.
Humans have been doing it more and more, an aggressive shop on the push forward, much like orcs have been doing for a while. It is so helpful. The region scrolls, the clarities, and if you need them, the mana potions. Mana potions recently been changed, basically buffed, more mana per gold. Especially the Mountain King has been a big fan of that item. The TC also oftentimes, we didn't see it in this game. And LinGuaGua, man, what a gut-wrenching game.
Yeah.
It seemed like he had this game for certain, and now his expansion has fallen. But he's about to hit level 5 TC, and with level 5 TC, the game's never over.
Why is that, Remo?
Because with that, he gets to Storm level 3, and that is a 5-second stun on a 7-second cooldown.
What? That sounds bonkers.
That's pretty crazy, isn't it?
It is pretty crazy.
Oh, MK's 5 as well, though. Okay.
He's so tanky. He has 2 mana potions again. This is a big clap.
I hope Todd isn't listening. He wouldn't like to hear this, but these items are actually really good for the Mountain King, the Ring and the Evasion. He is going to be the single frontliner. What saved him earlier was the inverse from the Sorks. What will save him now perhaps might be his items and his levels.
There is dust now. So he can reveal the Mountain King, but should you focus on this MK with dodge, with the Ring of Protection, with all this HP he has? I don't think so. Archmage should be positioned way in the back just to be safe. Chimico knows hero kill is the best option for LinGuaGua at this point, so he's safe with the heal potion, and for the first time he gets shop control as well. Heal scroll for him, maybe even an invul. He's as safe as he can be. Yep, invul as well on the Mountain King. There's no way he kills the dwarf.
Now the old frail man on the horse, that's going to be the better target, but Chimico should be keeping him safely in the back at all times. Dust comes in, MK reveals, so are the Water Elemental. Starts off with the damage on the TC. Not that much follow-up, but here comes the Speed Scroll, looking to engage. Chimico falling back, dispelling a bit of the Speed Scroll as well. Beautiful stomp! Oh my god! Not too much damage follow-up, though the rest of the Orc army comes in, but now the Speed Scroll has worn off, and the slow can start kicking in from the sorceresses.
TC is about to die here. 1 Stormbolt. Oh, Invul Potion on 20 HP. He's really trying to kill this dwarf, but I don't see one slightest bit of a chance. TC is in rifle range, stuns them all, survives for now. But consumables are absolutely limited. How is he supposed to re-engage? Maybe with an invul and then the potion, but the army of Chimico is not falling at all. Level 5 on the Archmage now as well. LinGuaGua's force is down to 30 supply and falling.
That was close, man. That TC barely surviving. If he falls, game must be over right there. And now we have 5-5 heroes. MK level 5. Backed up by a level 3 Brilliance Aura. That is scary. Chimico still has lots of gold left, by the way. Is he going to the marketplace? Looking to get some items? Pendant of Energy. Could be real sweet.
Is under siege.
Big mana potion ideally. Then have fun.
Are under attack.
Wand of Illusion. Okay, we've seen him do this a couple of times. If you cast Illusion on the Mountain King, maybe LinGuaGua doesn't know what to focus, or if you use it on the Water Elemental, he doesn't know what to dispel. Could be a good play. Especially if you don't have a front line. So just multiply your tanks, and then you have a little bit more beef in this army.
Absolutely. Purges could get rid of illusions quickly, but it doesn't look like there's that many purges left. We have 4 shaman.
What?
Did you just retrain?
Yep.
Shockwave.
Well, didn't you just praise the Storm level 3 to be one of the best spells in the game?
I think he's changing his strategy and his win condition.
Yeah.
No longer is it about fights. He's gonna go for base lane now and for building kills. And you know what? That's not a bad idea. It seems like he can't win fights anymore, so I guess he's gonna try to kill the buildings.
The strategic genius of LinGuaGua showing once again. He can do a lot of echo damage, also with Lightning Shield, like send one unit into the peasant line, go for Lightning Shield. And then Shockwave after it, and Chain Lightning. This is a lot of AoE in LinGuaGua. Does he have he doesn't have a town portal though, and 1 speed scroll. He's gotta be damn careful.
We even have breakers coming in now. This is oftentimes the late game nail in the coffin. I think there's an orc expansion in the bottom right in a sneaky position, isn't there? There's something
A
scouting.
town is under siege.
Doctor coming?
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's not gonna come up.
A player's forces are under attack.
We are approaching the 22-minute mark. And main bases are about to expire.
And Chimico has barely enough gold for an expo. But if he sets it up, then surely there will be a counterattack towards the human base. And LinGuaGua with pillage always has some sort of income.
Tele staff to work against this. Real smart, if you ask me. If there's a threat by LinGuaGua, a raider TC run by, he can just staff home and clap everything to death as long as he has mana potions.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Whew, interesting first game here. It's always makes for quite the difficult match if you know that you can't win fights anymore, but you don't have to. At the end of the day, it's about building elimination. So GuaGua has to be smart with his movement around the map, has to avoid fights, has to do economic damage and towards buildings. And Chimico's plan is going to be to prevent that as much as he
player's
can.
forces are under attack.
So far, he's trying to find a point of attack, but feels like Chimico is just covering everything so far. Nah, just poking. But for what? He's not pulling Chaemiko out of position. Chimico's just not falling for this play.
Yeah, he's doing it really well with the Mountain King. Oh, I thought he did. What he could do is just have MK invis at all times and just keep him in the main. And when the raiders commit like this, then he's coming in with the clap. Shockwave doing a lot of damage.
A player's forces are under attack.
But he has to do this over and over and over again. And in the meantime, Chimico is expanding. And the main bases are empty, so what does it do if he kills the main? Yes, he's getting a couple of resources if the raiders attack. But he's very cautious.
Sentries being placed everywhere. Feels like a grubby stream.
Or Fly, of course, who's also a big fan of this.
But LinGuaGua seems to be making it work. He's always threatening this run by. Chimico knows it might be coming in. So he's staying back. Until now. Now Chimico's finally moving out. First time in a while. Of course, the Orc army is a lot faster with the aura, so LinGuaGua can always just walk away.
60 supply, but where's the catch? The slow has to connect. It's not too easy. Okay,
player's
town
forces
portal
are
heal
under
scroll.
attack.
Big commitment. to the expansion now. Chimico doesn't have the resources to re-establish it and also has to... Oh, there was a big clap, but also a huge shockwave. Can he get the follow-up? I love this lightning shield play. It's a quad kill right away. So can he go through with this? Can he survive? He's gonna lose a lot. Next shockwave, and that's the kill right there. The one play possibly. TC survives. Oh, wait. Town Hall. Barely killed, but yeah, that's the income for Chaemiko, but that's also a very crippled army by LinGuaGua.
Nice play by him, though. Calculating it seemingly properly, and Chimico goes creeping?
A little bit more gold. He's kind of close to a new town hall, but not with power building.
Dude, really impressed with Guagua. How he's somehow finding a way.
Players' forces
Keep
are
telling
under
you for
potentially win this
years the potential of this man.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit.
He sold a lot of items. He's getting more gold from creeping, and Chimico setting up another expansion. He doesn't want to go ultra all in. Sold his tank items. I
town
think
is
that's
under
fine.
siege.
His MK isn't going to be targeted much. It's going to be the buildings. We can see it again here in the main.
Chimico's gonna be supply stuck for a long time if he loses these 3 farms.
Look at this MK. What a baller.
Players'
It's just him
forces are
alone
under
coming home. Daddy's back, and the Orc army has to retreat.
Another peasant killed. So, okay, he can power build this. But the Mountain King is not as tanky as he was anymore. Of course, the skills have changed as well, so no Stomp with that limited hero kill potential.
Oh, in this MK, there's no sentries over here, I believe. Should be a kill on the Raider.
Uses a clap for it. Okay. So he doesn't have much for the fight, but he's not fighting much. So the rifles should do this, or should be able to do this alone, if LinGuaGua gives him the opportunity to start this fight. But he obviously isn't. Good retreat once again.
I'd really like to see boots on the MK. Shouldn't come as a surprise, I guess.
Well, he was scrapped for pretty much everything, so that wasn't his #1 priority.
Yeah, but now it's all about mobility, moving around the map, preventing these run-bys, and it's not like Chimico needs a bigger army. His army is big enough to win any fight. It's about minimizing the eco damage he's going to be taking, and I think for that, boots might be a good idea. Perhaps second staff on the AM. It's all about mobility here.
Yeah. Slow purge. In the end, the Raider gets away. LinGuaGua was slipping a little in macro. He forgot to build units. Now Spellbreaker's coming in. Finally. Of course, not affected by Shockwave nor Chain Lightning. Also, kind of good against towers. Don't take that much damage.
Mountain King is about to level 6, by the way. Not like he's really gonna need the ult. He's probably gonna skill Stormbolt. But it's something. And again, we go towards the expansion. Shockwave, Chain Lightning, lots of damage towards these peasants. That will hurt. Clap. Didn't hit well at all. Nicely done by Guagua, moving the backline away.
There's
but
no
he definitely
speed scroll.
cannot kill this Town Hall. Can he?
Oh,
Can he,
Shockwave,
though?
Level 6, there's no mana anymore, but he has a potion waiting for the cooldown. LinGuaGua, this surgical strike could win him the game again. Chimico's completely broke. Oh my, this TC might fall for it. Invo potion popped, and that's the kill, that's the TP.
Oh,
25 supply once again, sacrificing the entire army and his entire inventory. But Chaemiko is broke.
He can sell some items still. He can sell it up again.
Yeah, I guess ring claws. You can sell that. Maybe
He should
even
try
the
to go
TP?
for solo experience on the AM by killing towers and killing peons. Then he might be able to get to mass teleport.
Yeah, mass teleport would be a game changer here.
A town is under siege.
We don't even have the ultimate of the Mountain King. And I think rightfully so. Why would you need magic immunity? Against Shockwave? Against Chain Lightning? Nah. So that's a good idea to go for Thunderclap, for Stormbolt.
Yeah. Well, the AM is still far away from level 6 though.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Mountain King also helps taking out this base faster, of course.
LinGuaGua has another TP. 600 gold, 25 supply.
Is under siege.
I think Chimico is going to try to kill this expansion, then TP back. But by that time, his keep is probably dead.
Yeah, he has another Shockwave soon. And with
Dude,
that,
what a smart
no,
choice to go Shockwave.
Yeah, and with that, no more mana potion. This is the keep.
And I think there's an expansion coming bottom left. Smart positioning there as well.
Ha! Chimico, what
The
to
town
do
is under
now?
siege.
You have 51 supply, but that's it. You can't expand anymore. You can't build units ever. And a base race versus orc, I don't know. Very limited orc though, 19 supply.
Burrows give experience. This AM might get level 6 here from these burrows.
Oh wow, that would be crazy.
But it's gonna be
That's the
revealed very soon. And
Oh,
there's
LinGuaGua
only
had to
one-
give up the Great Hall, right?
Oh yeah, the Watch Metal cancelled it, I guess. There's a couple
town
of
is
buildings
under
coming. Oh boy!
Yeah. Dude,
WCG has
WCG
a
is
lot of
great.
gold though.
WCG is gracing us with amazing games so far. Wait, Staff Home, Mountain King can do it alone. Trying to force a TP. Is the Stronghold even there anymore? Don't know if he can TP.
It has fallen actually. Yeah, it went down, you're right.
Are under attack.
And this Mountain King, he's too strong to be fought.
Town is under siege.
He has a lot of mana. That's like 2-3 kills. He will be down to his 2 heroes. How do you win a game with only 2 heroes? This is not the
the hell
last
is
building.
this?
LinGuaGua might think that these are the last buildings, but he doesn't see the one at the right mercenary camp.
Yeah, Chimico's gonna be revealed soon, but he hasn't been yet. Oh my god, what is this? More
a-
burrows going down.
There's another.
AM level 6!
Oh. Oh boy. There is a new building bottom left, but he can send a water elemental, teleport onto that water elemental, and then win the game.
No more heal selves, by the way. No more healing for Guagua. Revealed! Chimico is revealed though.
Okay. How many buildings are in the upper right in the base? Did he set up towers or a shop or something? Purge on the Mountain King. Smart play by LinGuaGua here as well. He didn't. So Chimico's down to 2 buildings.
Players' forces
And
are
it's
under
super hard to engage.
Oh.
Raider finds it, of course, he's with the reveal. Triggering the mass teleport. LinGuaGua's reaction, not the fastest, but Mountain King isn't here, so no lockdown.
Yeah, there was no sorceress in range either. I think that's a mistake, not having a sorceress next to the last buildings. Coming with slow. Oh my goodness.
LinGuaGua down to 50 gold. Chaemiko down to 5 gold. He can't build anything anymore. Unbelievable. Expansion at 2/3.
More items being sold. What did he get?
Big mana potion from the
Bought a
marketplace.
big mana!
siege.
That's pretty cool. Invis MK saw it though. There's no invul. This TC might just get focused. Or the Raider.
Or-
The Raider seems like a good target.
The Farseer? Oh yeah, Stormbolt, right click, trying to ensnare this. Oh, he has a speed scroll. Get out!
Oh! It's there on the Raider.
Not
From
good.
the creeps.
A player's
Not
forces
good.
Are under attack.
Oh, what is this game, dude?
LinGuaGua's expo is almost up though. Can he rebuild?
I think Chimico should sell the TP. He can't use it anyways.
Yeah.
He sold the Ring of Regen. He makes another building.
For another building.
What
A
is
town
the
is
most
under siege.
HP per gold on buildings?
I think lumber mill. And you don't need lumber for it. Or is it farms? Farms are super cheap.
Yeah.
A player's forces are under attack.
Guagua is mining again, though. MK needs to go there. But Chimico should know there's a Great Hall again. Because
He's not revealed.
Guagua hasn't been revealed.
Yeah. Scouting is not too hard. You have invisibility, you have your water elementals. Mass teleport will come into play. He's sending something bottom left. Is the firepower enough to fight against the 16 supply?
I would like to see Chimico spread out his buildings more so that Shockwave doesn't connect so bad. Because this is going to be a lot of damage.
He cancelled the staff.
A town is under
Mountain
siege.
King not in this fight. Oh, clap though. Oh,
Players'
boom.
forces are under
Yep,
attack.
that's pretty good.
Ooh, a lot of damage.
He's just trying to shockwave him, right? Slow. Can he surround him against the trees? Not even sure if that's enough damage. Okay, 3 buildings left. 1 about to die. He popped the big mana potion. Is the cooldown enough? Can he hit 3 buildings at the same time? I doubt it. Ooh.
The last peasant died as well, right? He can't make anything else.
Oh, yes!
Oh, the wolves in the back have to be dispelled.
TC has
The
one
control
shot.
here by Chimico.
Oh my god.
shockwave.
Oh my god. That was the last one. The heroes will all be falling probably.
Forces are
Oh.
He can't use any shockwaves
my
anymore.
God.
Slow on the heroes. Ridiculous game.
Losing that peasant, that means he can't repair. If he had that peasant still, he could repair now.
He can build a
MK
new
so
one.
low. What?
Ah, peasant. Oh yeah. Sorry, I
is
thought
under
you're talking
siege.
peons. Where'd you
Alright,
get?
What now? What now?
I don't know, dude.
36-minute game on Echo Isles.
Isn't that a wonderful map, Remo? These games only on Echo Isles.
Dude, he's got 422 HP on these buildings.
Players' forces
Uh-huh.
are
One
under
shockwave
attack.
and a couple of right clicks.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wolves?
The wolves come in.
Prepare this. How do you get the TC? Look, he's going for a shop.
under siege.
He's gonna have a potion. So
Oh,
how do you
yeah.
keep it safe? How do you keep the TC safe so he can move across the entire map?
So you can sell the TP, buy Invul, buy Mana Pot or Clarity somewhere. You can
sell
absolutely
this-
win this game. WCG can win this game.
But does Chimico realize there's only one more building after the Great Hall? The Great Hall is about to fall in a second. So can LinGuaGua afford
Players'
to
forces are under
move to
attack.
the other side of the map?
Oh, dude, there's something scouting in the top left. There's a blue dot.
Yep.
If that sees the shop, he can mass teleport there.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Can he afford to get out of this position? I doubt it. Who's faster?
so crazy.
Mass teleport or the one shockwave? Comes down to one spell now.
Oh, what?
Goes to the shop. He
my
thinks he
God.
has some time. Uh-oh.
Oh, the breaker sees it.
Oh
But
my
he's-
god. Invis
trying to-
TC!
Forces
Dude!
are
Invis
under
TC.
attack.
Invis TC! He's not mass teleporting! He's not mass
Yeah.
teleporting!
That shockwave is going to kill everything. Oh my god,
Well,
it's so
it's-
close.
You need to hit the perfect shockwave. You don't have much time. You don't have much time. Shockwave. Here we go. One more right click. One more right click. LinGuaGua wins. Ridiculous. The best ending to a game in all of 2020. The Chinese prevails. I can't believe it. Glorious,
Unbelievable.
glorious LinGuaGua. What a play.
I wish we had instant replay and could go back to that orc shop. That must have had like 50 HP or something.
Why didn't he not mass teleport there? Maybe he wasn't sure that it is the last building. Because
Yeah.
LinGuaGua wasn't revealed yet. He just lost the stronghold.
Yeah, I think that's it. But if he does, he wins the game. Oh my god.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Amazing uphill battle by WCG. He was so far down and out that game. He had a really good early and mid game, fought his way ahead very well. He had the expansion. He was supposed to win that game, but then one MK with 2 mana pots turns that game around. And then the craziness of the late game. 200 IQ Tome of Retraining going into Shockwave. That was the only way of winning that game.
Seriously. And it doesn't work without
Amazing.
invisibility as well. I think he's just getting slowed. I think the Mountain King was there as well.
Yeah.
Dude,
Game was
seeing
super
Frenzy on the
nuts.
Korean stream is just great. Like he mimics all the spells with his hands. Like Shockwave. Oh, Frenzy's so cool.
But if he should have sold the TP and should have tried to keep the peasant alive better, then he could have repaired. But I mean, you know, that game was so crazy in the end. Like, how can you make all the right calls? That's completely impossible to do. Unless you're like Moon or someone who always does everything perfectly in base race because he's a wizard. That was sick, dude. That was
How do you
great.
follow this up now? If this is game 1 of your day where we have 6 maps guaranteed, this could be a long day then.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to see more games like these. So, yeah, that was Echo Isles. Great map, always producing great games.
It is fact. Okay, LinGuaGua. What's next for you? Northern Isles is the map. Chimico, can you recover? Can you brush this off? You need to bring your A game again because LinGuaGua is making a lot of right decisions. It was a back and forth, but in the end, the nerves prevail. Kind of rare to see such great decision making in an unexperienced player like this. He's just playing for 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, an amazing player, isn't he?
Why do you say that with a smile on your face? I keep saying that for 2.5 years. Come on. I'm an
Chimico
early
went into
adopter, though.
this-
I was a big fan of Chaemiko when he was breaking out into the scene like 2015 as well. He took a little longer than I thought that people noticed him, but yeah. Cool place.
Yeah, normally he's known in this matchup to be very strong against orcs specifically. He had looked very good over the years, even against the top dogs. So he was going into this match as the big favorite. Now, being down 1-0, suddenly it's looking scary. Our best of 3 here is going to be played fully. Even in the case of a 2-0, we're going to play all 3 maps, which means players have a chance to go 3-0 here as well, which is what TH showed before. And, you know, after Echo Isles going to Northern, I'm kind of worried for Chimico, honestly, because this is not an easy human map. You're going to be pressured right away. You're going to have a tough time leveling the AM. If you go for a fast expansion, that's super difficult as well, but it doesn't seem like that's Chimico's playstyle. And MK progress can also sometimes be a little bit hard to come by. And that seems to be what Chimico is fully relying on. His Mountain King control, the claps, the invos, the invis, the mana pots, and I guess rifles. That's his style.
Yeah, let's see if he can or has to switch it up. Stats, by the way, 8-1 in favor of Chimico, 17-3. So brutal. The first 5 matches between the two, Chimico won them all with 2-0. Brutal stats. Yeah, I wonder if he has a plan B or if he will stick to his guns and just hope for better surrounds. The first 2 or 3 didn't really stick. Rare to see from Chaemiko, who's masterful at that. So, yeah. Interesting questions here.
Oh yeah, I didn't even see this before. 8-1. That is a great victory then for you to get if you know you've been losing the majority of your games in the past. But the new guard of Chinese orcs, we've been talking about it before. Hug, LinGuaGua, Ice Orc, looking really promising. It's a very hard race, though, to master. Getting up to the level of Fly or Lin is insanely difficult. But Guagua is showing great promise. I hope he's going to continue improving. We want to have more of the top orcs up there. You know, normally in the big tournaments, we always say only Fly, Lin, and Focus really have a chance, just a chance to fight against the best. But there's rising talent as well. That's so cool to see.
And they always bring a new flavor to the game, I feel. Always some new ideas, new execution. And that ends up in games like these. We're going to be here for the next 7-8 weeks, every Monday to Wednesday, as we seem to have a little bit of a break here. Every day at noon. And we'll bring you the best players from Korea and China fighting for $25,000 in this solo competition. And of course, we have the team competition afterwards as well, plus the big playoffs. WCG is pretty damn good so far.
Absolutely, yeah. I second that.
And that is rare.
Yeah, I think the players are asking for a bit of a break, understandably so. That was 36 minutes, 37 minutes. Pretty crazy. It's not as crazy as the game by Moon back then. 45 minutes into regame.
Yeah.
Still remember that
by the
very
way,
well.
I just got the reason for the delay here. LinGuaGua has to change his account as his account name contains some Chinese swear words or cursing words. So he has to change that now for an appropriate broadcast.
Didn't we have that before for DreamHack? Yeah, we did. We did.
DreamHack? Who cared?
Somebody did. I think it was also for Asia.
All right.
Somewhere. Ah, yeah. It was younger, you know?
Ah, yeah. Obviously. Ah, yeah. LinGuaGua. Always interesting to follow him.
I thought he had this ID, this account with all the stars.
All the stars, right?
Is that?
He's an all-star player. You should put all the stars in his name.
Dude, that would be a cool idea for like some kind of Warcraft tournament to have like an all-star team, you know, like the NBA does it. And it's the all-star team against... Okay, I must say, I don't exactly know how the NBA does it. It's like 2 all-star teams,
Yep.
and then they play against each other. Is that how it works?
Yeah, when I was still following it, it was like Team East Coast versus Team West Coast, or East Division versus West Division. I mean, we could do that with the regions we have. Good luck, Team America. But once we get better servers, this is definitely possible. So, map number 2, is it possible for Chaemiko to tie the series up? Or will LinGuaGua with a new and family-friendly account take the win here?
We're gonna find out. On Northern Isles, LinGuaGua in the bottom left, in the red, Chimico top right, in the blue. Game 1 was crazy. There was a base race at the end with one building standing each. 50 HP or something separating win from loss. That's the kind of ending to a game you dream of as like the grand final deciding map 5 or something.
Absolutely.
That's pretty nuts.
If a tournament ends like that, it will go down as one of the best of all times. But this was just the opening, and I wonder where can they lead this? LinGuaGua this time not with the fastest tech in the world, but with the barracks to follow this up.
All right. This has been a bit of different build, right? Being shown by the top orcs around the world. I think from Lin we saw exclusively skip barracks for a faster tech, but there's also a lot of upside playing a fast barracks on some maps if you can make sure that your pressure is gonna be quite difficult for the human to deal with. On this map, we're gonna see green camp into green. This is normally what the humans always play, and that means that the AM is once again gonna be stuck on level 1 for quite some time. That became a big problem already on Echo Isles, and what Chimico showed there was a 1-farm tech. That's a fast tech, yes, but that means very few footmen early. And if you have Farseer and a Grunt out right away, then the human should be under a lot of pressure and, yeah, in a difficult position right off the get-go.
Okay. Once again, LinGuaGua's game plan is keep the Archmage away from level 2. Let's see how well this works. Yeah, this is no fast expansion by Chimico like a couple of other humans did, especially TH and Infi. More standard, more his one-base style. Seems to prefer this. But it's the same situation as we had on Echo Isles. Archmage trapped in the base on level 1.
Yeah, and I hope this time he doesn't weirdly go out on the map and lose all of his HP. That really became a big problem. He needs to get up his next farm, get more footies, and get level 2 somehow. But if you don't have the 3rd farm right away, it's so hard to do. Blacksmith before farm. Okay, he's gonna stay on 3 footmen only. And he wants to go... His plan is all about the mid-game. Mid-game and late game. Chimico sacrifices this early. He's gonna have weak AM, weak footman numbers, but he wants to get MK and rifles out quickly and then catch up in the mid-game.
Yeah, exactly. And seems to be like the leveling on Echo Isles was okay. So the game plan seems to be good. Who's gonna get the last hit? Oh, Archmage did!
AM got it!
That's a
big
huge deal. Exactly.
I think he got it because of the claws, maybe. That looked like a pretty good damage roll right there. But Guagua, if he gets the other creep, can still ensure that it's only level 1 AM. But we're gonna have rifles coming out very soon.
Okay. How much faster is the tech of LinGuaGua is the question. How early can he start the TC leveling? I don't think it's
Wolves have
that
just been
much
stunned.
faster though, right?
Yeah, the TC is only going to be ahead by a little, I believe. That is, of course, the big upside of this 2-farm tech.
Tech is finished.
And there's level 2 as well for the AM here. Nice play by Chimico. This one last hit really changed everything.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, also I feel like he wasn't under that much pressure as he was in game 1. Maybe because the map is a little bigger than Echo Isles is. MK here, rifles coming. Didn't forget about any farms, so that's fine. Rifle caster all the way. Oh, wolves are chasing after these footmen. I like that. Don't forget about it. And maybe get the first experience for the Farseer. No, the Arcane Tower doing a good job. Can he block? Wow.
A player's forces
Sweet
are
save from the Korean.
You get nothing, as X would say. So more creeping now finally for the Farseer. Gets the Wand of Illusion and the Slippers. Yeah, okay. He got the item at least earlier if he didn't get the experience. We have early Bestiary and Lodge again. So Raider Shaman, it seems, once more.
Yeah, and why not? The early game was good with that strategy. And it's an easier transition if it doesn't work the way you want it to. You can still go into Raiders as we've seen on map 1.
Chimico creeping the Merchant before Mountain
A
King.
player's forces are under attack.
Ah, there he is.
Okay, alright, he's coming in. 2 footies, 1 rifle. Yep, sure. And it's working. And the Farseer is creeping with the TC.
Yeah, I don't really like that. Except if he wants to go for Chain Lightning Shockwave build again. Then he needs a level 2 Farseer. Sobi Mask on the Mountain King is amazing.
Oh, it's pretty nice. I guess his idea is he crept up the Farseer to 1.6, 1.7 already with the green camps. So may as well take him to 2. But that is definitely slowing down this TC.
Okay.
Alright. AM hits level 3 nice and early. Goes for the level 2 Brilliance right away. This Mountain King is gonna have some juicy regen. Oh.
Yeah, Archmage leveling up, Brilliance Aura 2, Sobi Mask, you name it. So, with this build, I think Chimico's gonna continue on playing defensively. Not contesting too much until the Mountain King is level 3. Can go for the Tuskas, exactly that's what he's doing, and then up to the lab. That's guaranteed level 3. That opens up the middle a little for LinGuaGua. Heal wards, Pendant of Energy. Also, like, no shabby items for the Orc as well.
Yeah, really nice. It's gonna make it easy for him to heal whilst creeping, and dependent, of course, for the TC. The Dream! Mountain King getting the Scroll of the Beast. For rifles, that's actually pretty damn good. No way to dispel that all, just with Shaman.
Yeah, that's brutal. That's a lot of damage,
Player's
actually.
forces are under attack.
And now the MK is gonna get level 3 as well. Normally a big upside for Orc in this matchup in the mid game is you get level 3 TC before the enemy MK gets there, and then you can oftentimes take a good fight, ideally with a heal scroll. Oh, if you could steal the last hit here with a chain line, that would be great, but I don't think it's gonna be allowed. No way.
Okay,
MK
seems like,
gets
oh, the
also
Pendant of
Pendant.
Energy. This is, yeah, it's gonna be hammer time.
A player's forces are under attack.
Passive tier 2 compared to the one we saw in Echo Isles, earlier expansion for LinGuaGua. On the first map, we were already fighting for like 3 minutes at this point.
Yeah, a lot more creep-centric. And the expansion isn't coming up. The Water Elemental was going down there to scout. LinGuaGua realized this. So now he's going fully into a creep game. Oh, the Farseer getting caught. Stormbolt, surround this time. Yep, that's a TP. And it was daytime, so ideally LinGuaGua shouldn't have run into that surround. But sometimes it happens. Chimico sets up more towers and a second Sanctum. Getting ready to switch into Breakers, it seems.
I think so too. Do we have sorcerers already? No, right? He's skipping them. For now.
Oh.
Dude, it is Shockwave, by the way.
Yes.
I knew it!
Off the get-go. Alright, this basically means LinGuaGua can never fight.
Yep. That's true.
A player's
I mean,
forces
if
are
there's
under
no
attack.
heal scrolls, maybe, but there are. Not. Oh, this poor Foss here getting blocked there, and he's just dead. Ouch. Brutal game. Expo cancelled, hero killed, TP gone.
Yeah. Chimico could creep the red camp right now, or could keep on chasing. He's deciding to chase, trying to get these Sorks into range. Gets another shaman. Right, does he even have
A
Sorks yet? I'm not
player's
sure.
forces
No,
are
no, no,
under
no, he
Now
skipped them.
suddenly he's standing outside the orc main.
This is kind of crazy. He's wiping the floor
Yep.
with LinGuaGua. There's no other way. As competitive as map 1
Town
was,
is under siege.
this is human domination on Northern Isles.
I certainly hope he has reinforced defenses. Okay, he does. Otherwise, this would have been a quick disaster. But with this run by, I think the human should be forced into a TP. The farm wall is going to delay things a little. But it also means the shockwave can hit the farm very well.
Yeah, but in the space race, I don't know, man. Oh, okay, Scroll of the Beast. Yep, that's a lot of damage. With limited raiders, yes, he's doing damage here, but still, Chimico can just threaten the TP, and that's it. And if they're both supply blocked, as they are now, it definitely goes in Chimico's favor, who's expanding as well.
Alright, who can repair better? Who's going to be forced home first? This could get real weird real quick. A few peons have died already, but they're being kept safe in the burrows at times. TP back now from the human. Should be in time to force the counter TP. Yes, it is. But what LinGuaGua doesn't know is that there's an expansion. And I think Chimico is fine with this.
Double base. LinGuaGua rebuilt the burrows, so it's not that bad. He can continue production now. Chimico needs to wait a little with his double income. Can go into potions, of course. He has a mana potion. Wow. He has a lot of consumables. He must know, though, that this is Shockwave. Of course, he saw it. So a Tele Staff would be huge for the Mountain King just to stop it again with Clap.
Yeah, there should be plenty of gold for Chimico now, having 2 base income. He needs a TP, he needs Telestaff. He's going to the middle to get these. Oh, Invis footy for scouting. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's using Invis really, really well throughout the entire series.
Did he see it? It was nighttime. Yeah, he certainly did. Taking out that pesky witch doctor. Really annoying with the sentries everywhere. And again, LinGuaGua with the rat style. Not taking any fights. Just going for the buildings.
Yeah, but there's a lot of buildings and there's a lot of income. I don't know how to deal with this. More raiders, of course. Maybe send some grunts with lightning shield into bases, but it's also expensive. Or he's walling this off with lumber mills. I like it.
A
Improving the
player's forces
SimCity
are
of the
under
main.
attack.
Yeah, that's cool. Oh, Zeppelin. No Zeppelin for you, says Chimico.
That would have been a cool move to drop into the base with Shockwave and Raiders and stuff and Lightning Shield. But yeah, easily defended now. And he can turn this around.
I'd like to see some towers by Chimico. Set up like 3 guard towers in each base, and then committing in with these raiders is going to be a lot more difficult. Especially considering there's no heal wave to heal up these raiders.
Chimico's patiently waiting at 50 supply, and I like it, especially with the marketplace here. He can go for a lot of items with his gold. Doesn't go for one yet. I thought for a second he builds a double shop. No.
Buying sentry wards could be great, actually, also for Chimico to have the vision. Once again, threatening a push into the orc main.
A
This
player's
gives
forces are
LinGuaGua
under
the opening
attack.
to attack the expansion. Forces
Or
the
not.
TP back.
Yeah. Is that the entire army? Looks so small. Apparently it is. Maybe something's in the Zeppelin? I don't know. And how to
went for
retreat. There's no
He
speed
attacked the
scroll.
building right there.
There's no TP.
Uh-oh.
I think he's just dead. Potion gets swapped. Okay. But yeah, he knows. GG, this is over. Chimico, big comeback on map number 2. Ties this up.
Yeah. LinGuaGua with an insane clutch on map 1 just barely was able to hang on, and edge out that victory ever so slightly. But map 2 was a very different story. There was Chaemiko in full control. Ever since he stole that last hit in the early game, he knew exactly what to do. His creep route was good, was pretty ambitious, but worked out. He leveled up his MK very well, and his rifle still work out, and the base run by, this time by LinGuaGua, doesn't work out. Is this strat now exposed? Is Chimico now bulletproof against this run by lane?
Yeah, I kind of think so. There was great adjustments done by Chimico. It must feel good for him to see, okay, it wasn't the strategy that lost me the game. Everything is fine with that strategy I play and with the game plan I have. So it was just about execution. Execution can be fixed. Strategies and game plans on the fly, pretty tough to do. But now the ball is in LinGuaGua's hands. How to switch it up, how to create a new challenge for Chaemiko.
Yeah, the map, of course, will be a very important influencing factor there as well. And we're going to go to Concealed Hill now next. It's a map that's usually very good for expanding, especially for the Orc. Easy to creep, good creep route, fountains to fall back on. But it's also a map where you can creep really well with rifles. If the human here plays only mass breakers, it can oftentimes be tough to get a proper creep route going, especially to get this MK online. But with rifles, it's a different story. But of course, also TC can be a big difference maker. That's something that hasn't happened at all yet in this series, right? The TC Stomp owning these fights. That's something we oftentimes see in the hands of Lin when going up against rifles. TC with a speed scroll, with a perfect inwults, with some invis, with some end snares as well. Just bring thunder and despair to the human with the war stomp.
It's kind of hard to do if you go for shockwave, right? So we've seen a couple of storms in game 1, and they were well executed. Sometimes the rest of the army was a little far away, and the focus on the stomp was a little too heavy. But all right. We gotta say, this group is super duper hard, by the way. The other players in this group are 120 and Moon. So you can't really afford a single loss. Like, whoever wins this still has a shot for playoffs somehow with a miracle. The loser is pretty much eliminated from WCG already.
Yeah, absolutely. This group is super stacked, and as you mentioned earlier, LinGuaGua seems to be finding himself in these groups over and over. It would be quite the impressive feat if he should manage to make it out of this. He still has a chance to win this best of 3 now in the deciding map 3. Wait a minute, is that the first time we went 1-1?
No.
After 2 maps?
Oh, was it? WFZ and Sock was 2-0. Lin vs Infi was 2-0, and Moon vs 120 was 2-0 as well. We got our first decider here at WCG 2020. Okay, Concealed Hill, Chimico in the upper right. We got LinGuaGua in the bottom left. Who's gonna be tied for the lead in Group A with 120?
And what are we gonna see here for the bells? I think I'd like to see a skip barracks this time by Guagua. On this map, it is really unrealistic to prevent level 2 AM because the green camp after the ogre camp is so easy to go for. Even if you have a grunt showing up saying hello, normally AM will still get the level 2. So what does your early grunt really do for you? Not that much. So skipping the barracks seems to make sense, and that seems to be indeed the opening here by Guagua. Chimico, I imagine he's going to stick to his 2-farm tech. I am not sure it's the best option, but it's his build that he's been practicing, and he has been looking good with it.
Alrighty. So, where do we go from here? And of course, who's gonna get the middle? Who's creeping more? Who will find a time for an expansion? Lots of questions, lots of different playstyles. So far, they're both sticking to their guns. But who gives a little spin to this matchup is the question. On paper, Chaemiko was the favorite going in. As a top 15 player of this world, LinGuaGua top 40 according to the Warcraft 3.info ELO. And it is a no barracks tech again.
Alright, we're gonna go to tier 2 here very fast. We're gonna have TC out and Shaman very quickly. But LinGuaGua is sacrificing early game strength for this. He needs to make sure he's slowing down this AM. If the AM was just left alone, he would be able to creep to level 3 really quickly, and then suddenly Watch Elementals can take over the mid game, and suddenly your fast tech advantage doesn't turn into that much of an advantage at all. So, as always, it's going to be the Farseer. Aggressive right away. AM starts off with the first camp and the circlet. Always a good item. And now the question is, how quickly can he take this green and get level 2?
I mean, he can call new militia. This would cut into his tech timing. No, he's teching already. Would cut into lumber a little, but good splits. Keeps the Archmage safe and defeats the wolves while putting pressure on the Farseer. Multitasking for Chaemiko on point.
Yeah, looking good. Wolves have to be resummoned here in a second. Oh, wait a minute. Did he give that up? I don't think he did. Alright. 160 is normal, so you need 40, aka 140 for the level up. Or one creep over there. We now have the tower coming up as well. Is that the infamous Chimico farm where he's gonna get blocked in after TPing between his two farms?
It kinda looks like it, doesn't it?
Hopefully it doesn't happen this time.
My brain starts to hurt a little seeing this farm positioning. Yeah, we've seen this a lot, that the Archmage or whatever hero was trapped between the two farms after a town portal or a staff. Yeah, hopefully he learned.
But all things considered, I think this is pretty decent for LinGuaGua. He's still preventing this AM from leveling up to 2 at the green. Oh, even cancels a farm. That's pretty nice. Not like many resources were lost. Farms are pretty cheap. But still keeping Chimico busy until finally we have these rifles coming out, when then the creeping can really start to pick up.
Okay. Yeah, fairly slow early game, and that should benefit Chimico, I think. LinGuaGua's game plan... Well, I guess he wanted to prevent level 2, so his game plan worked as well. But not much damage done.
Chimico is super low lumber. 100 only?
Oh, wow. How far is he in tech? Whoa, that's an issue. That's a big issue.
Yeah. His militia calls were not perfect. He was idling with them a little too much.
Players' forces are under attack.
I think the MK was started right away, though. But yeah, this is especially if he ever wanted to expand, that might not be possible.
Ooh, that was supposed to be a big lasted here. Almost a big lasted, but Farseer gets it. Find himself in a surround. Might be forced into a town portal here. That could turn this game around a little. Oh! Okay, town portals with 12 HP. Gives the rest of the camp to Chaemiko. But yeah, you name it. He can go for the Mountain King, maybe rifles, but what about the Sanctum?
Yeah, setting up now, but that is certainly a little bit late. However, that TP being gone is also an important factor. Normally the TC would love to be aggressive with level 3, force a fight with a heal scroll, go in really deep, and then always have the TP to get out if needed. It's not going to be available now. Again, the Farseer is creeping along with the second hero. Wants to get the level 2. Clears out the natural. And the AM is so aggressive. This rifle is just begging to get killed.
TC has Aura first, though. Leaves the option open to go for Shockwave. So no lockdown. Once again, a nice grunt save by LinGuaGua. We've seen this on Echo Isles already. In the early mid game, his micro is really on point.
There's Purge now. There's going to be End Snare in a second, though. Ooh. But the MK also comes in. Okay, we're still battling for the big boy. And wow, Chimico actually gets it. I'm always surprised when this works out. Level 2 AM and 2 footmen, 1 rifle saying hello. MK comes in, he steals the item. It's not a bad one.
Yeah, for these second heroes, getting a miss chance is amazing. Especially against rifles. Would be great. Or is great. Would be great. Did he not pick it up, or is the overlay a little slow? There we go.
Did he sell it?
No. It was just a little slow there.
Yeah, 15% damage reduction from physical attacks. That's like going from 0 to 3 armor. Definitely helps a lot.
It's like a ring of protection. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, if you ever played, you know, Banshees, 0 armor, whereas A-bombs, 3 armor, feels better. Feels better to have 0 rather than 3 rather than 0 armor.
Feels also good to have a Farseer on the map. Chaemiko again missing a surround. What's up with him today? His surrounds are not sticking and he was low on lumber.
That was a hard one to get though. He had only a small window to get that, but the AM now in trouble. He's getting stomped. Didn't use the TP before. Might be in trouble here. TP now to be safe. I think he could have walked away from that one, but that would have been a dangerous call. So now both TPs have been used. Militia were called, retreating again.
No one is really allowed to make a mistake anymore. I mean, there's a speed scroll, okay, but apart from that, no items to be to use. Chimico was kind of late with the shop, can only now go for clarities and region scrolls. And both are setting back a little, retreat, creep up. Is one willing to go for the middle already?
Big invul. Great find.
Second time.
Mountain King.
Found it on Northern Isles already.
Oh, and the TC almost level 3. He's like 1 creep away. Yeah, Chimico is definitely behind in experience, but with now having rifles, he can catch up really quickly. Especially at the Drakes, which will be a lot harder to creep for the Orc player. And the rifles are getting stronger and stronger with more upgrades coming in.
Forces are under attack.
What's this item here? Middle camp uncontested. Rare to see these days. Ancient Django of Endurance. This is wonderful. We talked about this in both maps actually. The human army will always be slower with this movement speed boost from the Ancient Django. That's kind of fixed. And you get more damage from these rifles.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's probably the best item you could have found right there. Really, really nice. More experience for the Mountain King, who's suddenly level 3. He was level 1 just a second ago. That's what rifles can do for you.
Mountain King is getting level 3 as well. Now we're talking. LinGuaGua has to go for fights, but with that, I was about to say he has to go for an expansion soonish as well. Chimico is ready for this though. Footman. Spare in the bottom right, preventing the first expansion attempt.
Chimico going to the shop, probably wants to buy a TP to be safe. GuaGua is in the more valuable part of the map. On the top left, there's still plenty of creep camps left. He's taking out one right now. On the bottom right, where Chimico finds himself, there's only really the red camp. He's gonna get that, but after that, there's nothing else for him to grab. Going for a late game second sanctum as well. Ready to go into breakers.
This is interesting. It's the third different unit composition by Chimico. First game was rifle casters with priest and sorks on one sanctum. Second game was late second sanctum, but then into breakers, and now he's going sorks again with a second sanctum, going for very early invisibility.
A player's forces are under attack.
That saved his butt quite a few times already. Falling back now to the main is Chimico, and that seems to be the perfect timing because the Orc Horde is on their way. Does he have pillage? I think he does. Yeah, he certainly does.
MK's coming in. Invis, Ruined Bracers. Ooh. Catches one Shaman, but the run by was okay. Speed scroll for some resources, some damage done. But given the fact that there was nothing left to creep for Chaemiko in the bottom right, was that even the right move for LinGuaGua?
Yeah, I think he should have just tried to snipe the red camp. He had the TP as well to get out after, but I guess he thought, well, my opponent lost the TP, maybe he didn't rebuy it. But Chimico did. Another nice clap. Should be another kill here on a grunt. Returned with a stomp, but the stomp didn't really hit that much. Mana potion used already on the MK, looking for more kills. Stormbolt, clap, Kodo down. Grunt possibly, yep, loses that one as well. MK level 4. The Korean getting further and further ahead.
Exactly. That was a double kill, plus the TP force, plus the expansion shutdown, plus the red spot. Huge moment for Chimico. Right timing. And again, the investment into the double mana potion pays off almost immediately.
It's going to be another big item here. Best thing he could find is Flute or Devotion, probably.
Row of the Magi.
Also nice.
Wolf's trying to hunt, but limited success. I think LinGuaGua has to switch it up once again. Trying with run-bys, Raider Lame, Zeppelin drops, but hard to do against this invisibility. Chimico putting a lot of effort into his scouting, and it pays off big time.
Yeah. Oh, 140 now getting munched away. No more scouting for you. Well, I guess
There
he's
was the
still
second
scouting.
one. Yeah, the invis
While-
footy.
And also in the stomach still. Bringing intel back
yeah.
home. While
Okay.
being slowly dissolved.
Tome of retraining, ladies and gentlemen. It is Shockwave time again.
It saved the game on Echo Isles. Can it save LinGuaGua once more? Oh my god, how much gold does Chimico have? Jesus Christ.
About
1,500.
1,600 now, exactly.
Should definitely go for a workshop because, yeah, he knows the Zeppelin play will be coming in.
These scouts are phenomenal. The usage of Invis is absolutely phenomenal.
He opens up the wall as well that he had walled off earlier. He's got the workshop already. Gyro already on the way. That still fits into his 50 supply because he denied one of his peasants. Chaemiko looking good.
He has the counter ready in a blink of an eye. Just snaps his fingers, boom, there's the anti-air. Little lost with the gyro at the moment, but very unusual position for this gyrocopter as well.
A player's forces are under attack.
He's getting stronger by the minute, and I feel the limit for LinGuaGua is kind of reached at the moment. Chimico could tech if he has a little more lumber.
Yeah. I think he's expanding right now. He's like, okay, you're threatening this drop. It's unlikely, or at least not guaranteed that I can cancel your expansion anymore. So I'm just going to expand myself.
A town is under siege.
Gyro. Where's the gyro?
I think
Gyro
he's
definitely could have been
player's
moving more.
forces are under
yeah,
but-
between base and Zeppelin. Munch, another footman. Chimico should really fix his lumber, dude. This is... could bottleneck him.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lumber mill, which is a bit of a questionable choice. But once he's got the expansion, I think he can easily go into upkeep, then also make more peasants again.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, MK's gonna get level 5 right here from the High Priest.
And he has the staff as well. I love that mobility.
Yes.
He pretty much has the counter 2 seconds after the drop happens.
Oh, he also just bought boots, right? With all the gold that he had.
Yep.
I guess that was no problem.
And breaking upkeep now. Gyro's still unable to find the Zeppelin.
Imagine if suddenly there's like 5 gyros out of nowhere, and then he attacks the Zeppelin. He would never make it back to land again.
Nope. No.
A player's forces are under attack.
Scary. Alright, Zeppelin moving now. This could be a painful drop, absolutely, but the MK has the telestaff, as we said.
Okay, is it time now? It absolutely is. How much damage can he do with that shockwave, with lightning shield, with chain lightning? Not much. Maybe a triple kill, maybe a quad kill, I'm not even sure. Lost a shaman for it.
Yeah.
This was not big.
He got 4
A player's
peasants,
forces
okay,
are under attack.
but Chimico can easily remake them.
He
It's
has
not like
all the
he's
gold.
super broke.
Yeah, true.
Alright, so somehow 3 games in a row we land in the same situation. LinGuaGua can't fight.
Yep.
He has to go for run-bys, has to go for building kills.
I mean, his nickname is inspired by Grubby. This is a similar playstyle from Grubby back in the day. In the tournament he played this weekend, this looked a little different. Okay, Hail Mary time shockwave from the Archmage trying to trigger the TP. Farseer, though, has to go for the potion. Another clap! Zap comes in before the Farseer dies. But again, that's a showcase of he can't fight.
Yeah, and now Chimico in the perfect position to just push into the main. And LinGuaGua, how do you dislodge this attack? You're definitely not in position to counter-attack right now. Or Chimico might just be going to the expo, but there's towers there that might delay things a little bit.
A player's forces are under attack.
LinGuaGua on the edge of losing this map and this series.
Looks like it. After this great and promising start on Echo Isles. Chaemiko flips the switch, figures this play out, and punishes it hard. LinGuaGua needs these resources. Or at least needs to be somewhere where he can use the pillage ability. But neither is the case, really.
It takes a little while to take out this Expo with there only being rifles. Now LinGuaGua arrives for the counterattack. He has 2 Raiders. AM it's level 4.
Expo is down, though. There's a TP. We probably hold this. There's no mana for Shockwave anymore. He goes for the heroes. Heal scroll. This might be the end for LinGuaGua in his first match. He's still trying. Lightning Shield Wolf does a lot of damage to the peasants. Limited repair. But he has to go into the town portal again. Losing more units again. And is not killing the town hall. That seems to be the nail in the coffin.
For a second I was like, did the Great Hall survive? But no, it was just a new one coming.
No.
Alright, Guagua, you know what? You had this insane comeback on Echo Isles. Maybe you could still do it. Chimico with his classic 1-1-1 build with Blizzard, Water Elemental, and Aura. Also helps in base races.
True. Big true, Remo. We have the nice Blizzard build now. I love that. Oh, man. Just one unit after the next.
Are under attack.
I think AM should just retrain into full Blizzard without elementals and then just go for the main.
It's so expensive. How is Chimico supposed to afford this with his 650 gold?
Man, I would love to play games like those where you just always have 500 gold plus for like 10 minutes. Must feel good. I'm always broke on one base and upkeep all the time, you know. I'm like, oh, one statue finally. So here we go. Oh, Chain Lightning and Shockwave takes out these peasants real quick. That looked good. But the MK is also in position with the clap and the Stormbolt finding more kills himself. We only have a single Raider left. TP back home is coming in. That last Raider will be taken out. The expansion was cancelled once more. At least the Shredder survived. Lumber isn't the issue for Guagua. It's more the gold. And the fact that he's losing units non-stop.
It's
down to less than 40.
Exactly. About to be a 30 supply lead for the Korean. And this is... yeah, he can't catch up with that anymore.
Sentries are nice. Witch Doctors, we see them more and more.
Yeah.
And they can be really, really good. I mean, the fact that sentries last 10 minutes is pretty insane.
Knowledge is power.
Knowledge is power. Yeah. The feather is more powerful than the sword. Imagine if knights were running around with feathers.
Well, that's what the Dragonhawks are kind of for, right? We have the TC about to be surrounded. There's no invul, there's no heal potion for him. Mountain King 5.5 again. Crazy. He's getting a lot of kills, a lot of experience. He doesn't have to worry about anything. Now we got the 30 supply lead. No 2 bases for LinGuaGua. Just has to go for the final punch and then that's it.
Yeah. I'd love to see a Shredder here for Chimico. Get a Shredder, always have unlimited lumber. And then, I don't know, maybe TP, expand the middle again?
You could definitely do that, yeah.
But at the moment, he's still staying in defense mode. MK at the Expo. How much, if he's full mana, how much supply can he fight off by himself?
Mountain King?
Yeah.
There's a lot of videos on YouTube about that, like 100 ghouls against the level 5 MK. A lot, man.
Yeah, those are always really satisfying to see.
Well, or the block. Finally a Chaemiko block. And look at this, the Kodo barely able to move. And the main bases are empty. Is that the final push? 70 versus 36. He has twice the supply now.
Oh, Stormbolt's around. Oh, the TC,
Town
there's
is
a
under siege.
Zeppelin here to save him. But I think we're seeing the end here of our series. Chimico, really strong play, was getting shocked on map 1, losing that one, but now might be getting a hero kill. The TC, can he save him? Can he save him? He does actually, oh my goodness.
This game is one for the highlight reels. This entire series is, but it's unwinnable. It's GG, and Chaemiko takes the lead in Group A alongside 1-2-0.
The upset doesn't quite happen for Chimico today, or for LinGuaGua, I should say, today. But that was an impressive performance, especially map 1. What a crazy game. 35-minute plus on Echo Isles with a building elimination towards the end. Is that LinGuaGua's playstyle, building elimination?
Yeah.
It certainly looked like it today. 3
Always.
times in a row. But Chimico did only got tricked once. After that, he had the right answers. And Chimico bouncing back and definitely looking strong.
Yeah, this always has been the case. Base race is LinGuaGua's style. I feel like it's a little exposed by now. He needs another solution to this matchup. LinGuaGua 1, Chimico 2. This gives us 1-2-0 and Chaemiko on top of the group, LinGuaGua and Moon at the bottom. But of course, this is only play day 1. It's round robin. So time to catch up for Moon and LinGuaGua especially. But very comfortable situation for Chaemiko. He knows this group is hard, but now he knows he has a chance. Our second game coming up in a bit. It's once again China vs Korea. It's WCG versus Soin. Stay tuned.
A powerful innovation has arrived with the speed to go beyond limitation and discover the unreal. Introducing the Samsung NVMe SSD 970 series, the key to unlocking your power. With the performance to reach beyond the expected, the capacity to illuminate a world of ideas, and the reliability to sustain it all. Samsung's latest NVMe M.2 SSD. Unreal performance realized. powerful innovation has arrived, with the speed to go beyond limitation and discover the unreal. Introducing the Samsung NVMe SSD 970 series, the key to unlocking your power, with the performance to reach beyond the expected, the capacity to illuminate a world of ideas, and the reliability to sustain it all. Samsung's latest NVMe M.2 SSD. Unreal performance realized.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen, WCG 2020, the Connected Edition. And we're fighting for $25,000 here. It's time for match 2 of day 3. It's WCG versus Soin.
Yeah, and once again, it's going to be China versus Korea. A night elf against an orc in a matchup that seems to be tough for orcs recently, but still, apparently, Soin going into this as the favorite. On War 3 Info, it is a 5.5 to 1 odds between the two. Why is everyone seeing Soin so far forward here?
Well, we haven't seen much of WCG in the past 1.5 years, I would say, especially not any deep runs in tournaments. He's been there like 2012 and 13 when he won the J League. But apart from that, what have we really seen from him? 2-2 appearances were the most successful. Once again, we've just seen Chaemiko versus LinGuaGua, probably the best match of WCG so far, map 1. Now, time for Group B. WCG won WCG appearance, that in 2013, the mini WCG. And we see Echo Isles, Last Refuge, and once again, Northern Isles as our maps here. They find themselves in Group B, by the way. That is the group of Lin and Infi.
Yeah. Well, we saw the Masters play before already. Honestly, either of these two making it out would be a massive surprise. But if you want to have any kind of chance to do it, I guess you have to get the victory here today.
Absolutely. And then cause a massive upset. Soin has beaten Lin before in mirror matches. So maybe that is the chance here. And Infi, if he's taking his opponent too lightly, maybe he slips. So we'll see about that. Definitely do or die this match. Just like as it was for Chimico and LinGuaGua. If they want to have a chance in this group stage to make it into the top 8, they have to win today.
Yeah, absolutely. And a 3-0, would go a long way as well. The map score here will be important later on in case of equal amount of wins. As we mentioned earlier, the best of 3 series will always be fully played, which means it's going to be resulting in either a 2-1 or a 3-or score in the end. The most important thing for the standing in the groups is going to be the amount of wins you have. So it's not like 3 maps gives you more points. But in the case of equal amount of wins, then it's going to come down to map score. And of course, 3 map wins gets you further ahead, a lot further than just a 2-1.
Exactly. So we are moments away from the first map to start. Once again, the reminder that WCG Connected will run every week from now on, from Monday to Wednesday. And not only do we have the solo competition, but also the team competition afterwards. But with that little plug, we go into map number 1. It's once again China versus Korea. It's WCG versus Soin.
We have the Chinese Night Owl Shishi spawning in the top left in the red, and over in the blue we're gonna have Soin from South Korea. In this matchup, for the most part, we see Keeper versus Blade Master, but there have been some exceptions as well. Some orcs like playing Farseer every now and then. In Europe especially, it's Grubby standing out there, and even on Netties, for a while, it was Lin trying that style, coming very close to beating some of the best styles in the world, like Moon, for example, but that seemed to be like a fashion of a few days only. Are we back to standard Keeper Blade Master again?
Or is Soin trying his TC Headhunter once more? That was the case like for 1 or 2 weeks. Keeper of the Grove for Shishi. He's sticking to the usual Night Elf guns. And on the other side, we do have a Blade Master. So no big surprises in the early game.
All right. So far, so standard. We're going to have a slow creep route to start things off with. For Shishi, some Night Elves like to take a risk early on and go for a bigger camp, like for example the Mercenary, or something that Moon showed, which I thought was brilliant, was creeping the Natural first with an Ancient of War very far to the south, but Shishi plays it the most standard, the most safe, going for the little green. To begin with, Keeper and Mass hunts usually into Expo, perhaps Archers. That is what is to be expected. And Soin is going to try to slow down this Keeper as much as he can. If the Keeper gets to level 3 quickly, then suddenly a lot of problems start to arise.
All right, in what shape is Shishi? That's the question. He was part of the August Open qualifier for WGL, but he was eliminated rather early on by 3. And that is not a name that many people know, I would say. So, yeah. Hard times for Shishi. Blade Master creeping his first item is only the ring, but whatever. Shop is finishing. That is speed scroll and heal self, and with that, the harass starts.
A player's forces are under attack.
Could go for the item that he didn't find. You can purchase it at the marketplace. Of course, what you always want is the claws. Oh, is he actually creeping the Ogre Magi? I guess he is. Okay. Buys the claws, creeps the Magi, is giving quite a bit of space to this Keeper. Could Shishi just creep the Natural with this? Maybe.
Feels like it's okay if the Keeper is level 2. But Soin worries about the level 3 and will now go into an harass. Text behind it. And more grunts to come. What's the Keeper doing with his time? So far, not too much. Going for the Murlocs. That's not the most normal creep spot.
Yeah, he's going for evasion creeping here. Wants to be left alone, hoping the Blade Master won't find him now that it's nighttime. It's going to be quite hard for Soin to find his opponent, but it's exactly what the Orc has to do, usually in the early. If the Keeper is just left entirely alone and gets to level 3 fast and then has level 2 Entangled to make use of, it's going to be a very, very dangerous mid-game. Soin is looking with the Grunt for the opponent. And that's also dangerous. If this Grunt gets found, entangled, a couple of hunts around, this Grunt will fall. And I'm quite surprised he's looking so bravely with his first unit.
Kind of agree. Tech is running as well, so expansion's gonna be late. And yeah, that's the punishment right there. You called it. Remo the Farseer. I mean, not that hard to predict, but you know, praise where praise is due. Good block by Shishi here. This, oh, speed scroll. Is that a save?
If the Keeper is very determined, I think he can run after the Grunt, entangle again, and kill him. But it's going to take quite some time. He's going to change course now, just goes to the Moonwells, heals up again, wants more mana. And nice Shadow Meld there. No dust from the Blade Master, otherwise he could have killed one of these archers. Oh, the Huntress is chasing after the Grunt.
Player's forces are under
That's
attack.
going to take some time. Entangle on this Grunt. I don't know if that's the right call. Like, he doesn't have enough damage to actually kill it off. It feels like Shishi is spreading out his forces a little too much.
Maybe a little too greedy. Is he gonna get it? Nice block by Soin.
Yeah.
Presence of mind at the right place here. Going Shadowhunter, going Shaman. Standard build so far. And Shishi.
He's getting distracted too much. He should just be creeping up to 3. He's just running after these grunts, very Sonic-esque. And, well, finding no kills for his trouble.
Absolutely. Also, there's no second engine of war, and the tree is scouted at 250 HP. Not the most normal position for this tree, but nonetheless, he knows about it. And that's a good target for Soin. I like the Orc's position so far.
Yeah, if the Blade gets the cancel here, that's wonderful. It's not that easy to do, though. Blade being only level 1, the Keeper around, and Entangle being a thing.
Yeah, I think he's muscling up a bit. Level up for the Shadowhunter. Maybe the first Shaman against Entangle. And then try to push
Player's
this.
forces are under attack.
Oh, nice creep by Soin.
The town is under siege.
Lightning shield. The Blade Master is keeping the creeping safe basically by pressuring across the map. And it's a super fast level 2 for the Shadow. Very nice. Big item as well to start things off with.
And
And mercenaries.
And at the same time, he's preventing the Keeper leveling, as he's not part of that creep spot that the Alchemist is taking at the moment. Put some damage on this expansion. No critical damage, but you know, one Entangle, couple of right clicks. And that's still a level 2.5 Keeper, 6 minutes 30 in.
Player's forces are under attack.
Is it just a counter expansion by Soin?
And no peons around yet, but it's always an option to go for it. Wow. Another gloves. Double claws and gloves. Hells yes, says the Blade Master.
That's pretty good indeed. Love the staff as well to get out of dicey situations.
Soin for a long time played without Heatwave. He played Hex and Serpent Wards only with the intention of cancelling the Alchemist's Heal Spray. You have to be fast then with your reactions. Hasn't chosen the second skill point yet. We see the snakes, but nothing else. And we're gonna have level 3s here reached very soon. For the Shadow Hunter, that's a massive deal. And also for the Alchemist, really big. At this stage in the game for the Keeper, not that impactful anymore, as of course we're gonna have plenty of Purge from Shaman.
I really like the first defense upgrades by Soin very early on to counter the Acid Bomb.
Player's forces are under attack.
Levels not that high, but the necessary levels are there. Critical Strike, Serpent Wards level 2. Could be time for a push soon. Shishi, busy with the Mercenary Camp, giving Soin the time to run over. The shop has been established, but the Expo didn't even start entangling yet, so the timing seems really good for the Orc.
Yeah, absolutely. Would love to go for a heal scroll here as well, but I was just picked up by the Keeper. I think the next one is still on cooldown for quite some time. This Blade Master inventory is looking good. Tanky and lots of damage. But good healing from the Alchemist as well here. The heal spray level 2 helps out a lot.
Okay. Can he knock down this Tree of Life already? Shishi's only at 46 supply. The Orc has the supply lead. When do we ever see that? Now this matchup is a lot about Wisp Detonate. Shishi goes for the first one, kind of passes through it. Interesting approach. Now gets the Detonate off, and that's limited purges now.
The Archer is definitely too far forward. The positioning, I think, not exactly perfect. Alchemist was in a bit of trouble, but gets the heal potion there. Wisp once again coming out. Mana is starting to run out. Not too many Serpent Wards left. More detonates coming in.
Blade.
And Soin's Blade Master in trouble as well. Has the invul, yes, but no more spells to be used from the Shadow Hunter.
And the Alchemist can get a potion and then heal everything up again. Tower is only at 60%. This is not where you want to be, really. Invo potion on the Blade Master about to be falling. Frontline is disappearing for Soin. Shishi holds. Still a 10 supply deficit now as Hunters are falling. But he takes care of the towers. Soin has to retreat. This push is defended.
It looked a little bit weird at the beginning there with the Wisps coming in, but they do detonate, they do connect after all, and that was the fight going to Shishi. Once again, it's the Wisps taking over, like Moon and Lawlight have shown us before. And now, it seems like Soin has to lick his wounds for quite some time, which is exactly what Shishi wants. It's going to be his Expo running.
Okay, so he needs a little time for this to pay off, and then establish the supply lead and establish dominance on the map. Shadow Hunter with the mana potion, clarity. No level 3 for the Blade Master yet. He has the great inventory now. Will be the focus point, I guess. Attack upgrade now as well. It's only archers here. Blade Master can do heavy lifting maybe, but certain wards lose value.
Under attack.
Yeah, exactly. Against Hunts, they're great. Against Archers, not so much. And as we can see, there's barely any Hunters left. Alchemist with another ring. That's nice. And almost level 4. It's also going to be helpful. Shishi close to 2 big level ups here on his first and second hero. But here comes the next push. Hitting a little bit sooner than perhaps he was expecting. Shadow Hunter with lots of mana again suddenly. And a lot of damage towards this tree already.
Okay, Hunters in focus fire as well. The last few remaining ones. will disappear soon. So Grunts and Blade Master, how well can they deal with these archers, and can he split the forces maybe to keep on pressuring this Great Hall? It feels like only Shishi is losing units at the moment. Archers pretty much disappear against this strong Blade Master.
Yeah, it's really brutal right now. Shishi has to make use of the Merc camp. It's daytime, so there's all Mercs should be available. Where are they? He didn't have the perfect fighting position.
There we go. 800 gold. He's not putting up towers or other buildings behind this. Maybe a little flaw in the game of Soin. But good saves with the speed scroll. Shishi facing the corner here. Can't really escape. Blade Master in trouble. Gets another heal wave. Also has the Invo potion. Muddy slaughtered.
Second Berserker coming in though for Shishi. That's a lot more damage. Suddenly he gets another kill. That's level 3 on his Keeper. And the Alchemist is about to hit level 4 as well. There it is. Now he has level 2 Acid Bomb. Can pick up a bit more experience from the Serpent Wards. This was a tough hold, but Shishi holds.
Again. For the second time. And now Soin is switching gears. No all-out aggression anymore, but rather fall back, establish your second base. Everything's so hurt. Look at these grunts at the 5th grunt. These grunts combined had like, I don't know, 200 HP. And now this is where the Night Elf likes to be. Expansion established, upgrades coming in, levels rising. And mass. Mass tier 1.
Who makes it to the shop first? Who gets the heal scroll? It's a big deal. The Keeper is first in line, but he's in a bad position. He gets the heal scroll. Where are the purges? There they are. May have to TP out of this to get away. Putting damage on the Blade Master, but we see Mirror Image. Gets out of the entangle. I like that.
Okay. Also a lightning shield carry. Can easily be dispelled though. In the second fight, we haven't seen any wisps. Something to improve for sure for Soin. For Shishi. Heal scroll at the Keeper. Mana potion on the Alchemist. I love it. And he's pulling wisps. So, checking these boxes.
Now finally gets the Moonwell up here. Is he going into upkeep right away? Not quite yet. So into the next fight. We've been seeing quite a few engagements at this position. Mana is low on the Alchemist, means there's not so much heal spray, but the Wisp detonates come in as well. There's a lot of mana burned on the other side. We can see the Shaman have nothing left. Not a single spell to be used, and the Shadowhunter also out of mana himself. He's got the mana potion still. But Soin is definitely going to have to tuck tail and run. But of course, it was all distraction for the Expo. But it's an Orc expansion. It's taking a while. It's still not finished.
Yeah, and really well done by Shishi. Having the Wisps ready on the left-hand side and on the bottom, so the connection was rather easy for him. Soin not playing around it. Whew, dicey situation for this Blade Master. Has to pop the Invul Potion. Definitely not something you want to do before a fight, just during the retreat. Shadowhunter, dry. Blade Master, super hurt. All of the army, red and orange. Shishi, he has the supply lead for the first time. Can he close this out already?
Shu is on the other foot now. Soin has to hold. If he does hold here, it might not be looking too bad. But a lot of his army is hurt already. The Blade Master can't even connect into the front line to put in the damage. But the Grunts are holding that line. Bit of reposition. Trying to get away from the Serpent Wards. But there's barely any Serpent Wards left.
He could dispel the speed scroll immediately, but doesn't even need it at the moment. Shishi breaking through this defense line. Has to heal all these Grunts. They're all so hurt. And it will take time. Time that Soin doesn't have. Shishi is about to break the Great Hall.
And with that, what is the win condition for Soin? One more fight into the main. Maybe kill the Ancients of War. Cripple the production. But it's looking rough, man. It's looking real rough. There's also a TP on Shishi to respond. He can fall back now to the shop. Can get the next item there. The Blade Master might be the first one to do it. At least Soin is at 50 supply. But that is a 14 supply deficit.
Needs strong heroes, but the heroes aren't there yet. The upgrade on the Shadowhunter was good, but the damage feels like the damage isn't there. And if he gets a couple of Wisp detonates here, the Shaman once again will be dry. He's splitting them for the first time. Wisps are coming in, dealing with the Mauler quite well. And with the Mercs in general, gets a double kill here, but the Blade Master falls. And with that, where's the damage? I don't think it's there. 40 supply only. Surprisingly for many of us, Shishi will probably be taking this game.
Blade Master's back from the tavern. That's the damage reestablished. A lot of archers have gone down. We can see the supplies plummeting on both sides. Jesus Christ, this was a slaughter.
Yeah.
A lot of experience for both. Shadow getting closer to 5. So is the Alchemist. Keeper about to hit level 4. Gets it right there. Ooh, the next acid bomb hurts. And we have more entangles as well.
Yeah, and more murder. 34 supply. It's okay to have a little bit of a supply deficit, but 15? That's where things get problematic. Mirror Image 2, by the way, while having 2 claws. Never a fan of this. I think you need more crit at some point.
Yeah, if he had high shaman numbers for plenty of lightning shield, then maybe.
Yeah.
But we saw barely any lightning shield this game.
Because we have barely any mana. There's never a fight where Shishi doesn't have the wisps. So they always have to regenerate from 0, and then they need their mana for the purges. There's no spare spell force for the orc.
A player's forces are under attack.
Shishi getting ready for the next fight. He's healing up at the Moonwells. Mana should be looking good. It's still daytime for some time though, so the moon juice is going to be limited. Question is, does he just muscle up as hard as he can, Shishi, or can he tech now? Teching might not be a bad option. Getting tier 3 orb and marksmanship would also result in big upgrades.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Maybe even a bottom third, maybe even mountain giants in front.
A player's forces
A
are
great
under
addition.
attack.
Of course takes time, and maybe he doesn't feel too comfortable yet. Breaking upkeep here, the next round of items goes again to Shishi. I think that's the key. Like, wisps are really expensive. We kind of underestimate that from time to time. So you need the items, you need a lot of wisps, and you need like a 10 supply lead. This is all not too cheap. And rather focus on these things than on the tech, I guess.
Shadow Hunter level 5 gets the parry apt. For Blade Master, Lightning Shield it could be okay, but as we said earlier, haven't seen too much of that yet.
A player's forces
That's a big
are
push
under attack.
towards the orc main. Oh, that one grunt. Nicely saved with a purge. And if Soin could fight with the shop in the back and also burrows, maybe he can take a decent fight here.
Okay. Just a lot of wisps, though. I'm not too sure. Shishi had 500 gold, slipping a tiny bit in macro, maybe? He's almost maxed out here. Okay, here we go. Wisp trying to break through. No focus fire at all. And that's horrible. That's absolutely horrible for Soin.
Yeah, those were split way too late. And now fighting without mana. Shouldn't be possible. The grunt front line is taking more and more damage. So is the Keeper, to be fair. Mirror Image confusing the Night Elf forces a little bit. Soaking up a lot of damage here. You know what? Somehow a few archers are going down. But these heroes might be taken over for the Night Elf.
I think so. If there's a little bit of mana. Well, there's also no mana on the Night Elf. But grunts are kind of disappearing. Hail Mary attack, but there is heal scroll. There's also invols. Heroes should be safe. Entangle on the Blade Master. Pops the potion or transfers the staff. Not enough. Oh no, cancels it and loses the Blade Master again. Horrible fight for Soin.
That may have been the end. You know what? Somehow he's staying kind of close in supply, but 5 of that supply is the Blade Master on the sideline in the altar. That's a big problem. Shishi may be out of mana, but he's not out of punch yet. He's still going in for the next one. If he kills off this altar, it's going to have to be an expensive tavern revive.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, I don't think he can afford that. He needs everything. Clarities, maybe even potions. Blade Master back, but he's not gonna get that from the altar. Level 4.5, man. This is expensive. And that all without an expansion.
You can summon treants into the back, threaten the peons, maybe throw in an acid bomb. Alright,
Okay, Shishi surprises us all here. In map number 1. Solid game, was struggling a little, but once the Wisp came into play, he kinda got this.
A town is under under siege.
The Orc army isn't looking too bad. The Shadow Hunter now has lots of mana. And there's no Wisps in this fight. She should perhaps just TP out of this.
Yeah, he does. He can afford it. He's sitting on 800 gold. I can't imagine him teching in the meantime.
Yeah, definitely should. Oh my god, he's got so much gold. Jesus Christ.
Nice lightning shield by Soin here, by the way, to kill off these archers while in Shadow Meld. Swoop. He's not, though.
Got it.
No, I mean,
Two.
there's no tech.
Ah, yeah. That is true.
A player's forces are under attack.
Is there still a way back? Is this 35 supply lead?
Yeah, it's not looking good. Also, we're almost 22 minutes in, meaning in 1 minute the main will have expired. And then, to make matters even worse for Soin, he's going to be left with 0 income. Shishi has his
player's
expansion
forces
very
are under
secured.
attack.
He could go for an expansion bottom right, now sitting at 80. I think that would be a very smart choice.
Would love to see one tower now. Oh, he has to muscle up to 50 first, I guess. To be somewhat competitive. Because seems like
Forgot
Shishi
about
wants to
Nature's
end this
Blessing.
game.
I forgot about Nature's Blessing. It's only coming in now. Bit of a whoopsie. That's a lot of archers right there, by the way.
Yep, that's a lot of damage as well. How to hold this without towers? Shishi's just making sure that there's no expansion bottom right. He could maybe even plant a tree of life there.
And there it is.
A player's
Mains
forces
run
are
dry.
under attack.
Ah, the Orcish main is gonna stay up a little longer, but not for too much. Has he only had 4 peons in there for a long time, or did this just happen recently?
There was no big harass, right? Not sure. Definitely an issue. Okay, Shishi, very smart, sieging this up. APs, AOWs, maybe even a shop for mana potions. Soin is having such a rough time now.
A player's forces
He's
are
about to
under
be Blade
attack.
Master level 5, but can 1 Blade and Shadow hold on against 80 supply Night Elf? Well, it's 3 Blade Masters, I guess. At least it looks like it. Finally! Illusion and Lightning Shield. Okay. How
Feels
good
li-
is this gonna be?
Yeah, feels like he needs 7 Blade Masters. Oh, the flank from the right-hand side was prepared, but Shishi slipping in micro a little. There's a few blocks, a few splits, but most of the mana is burned again. Not as good as in the fights prior, but in the meantime, the grunts get deleted from this fight. Blade Master down to, nothing really. 1 Invo Potion, no mana on the Shadow Hunter. That was key. He won't survive much longer. Yeah, Shishi is dropping 15 supply, but Soin has no army anymore.
Yeah. Unsurprising.
Oh, I
Down
guess it's the
30
kill.
supply. Couldn't really win that fight.
Is Acid Bomb killing him? Alright. Ticks are not powerful enough. What is it?
He will survive for a little bit longer, but he will not win this game. Another long one on Echo Isles. We even see a level 5 keeper towards the end. In fact, the Alchemist isn't too far away from the ultimate.
We love this ultimate. Okay, last stand for Soin. Needs like 100 crits in a row to win this. Instead, he barely even survives. Calls for the GG. The underdog takes map number 1. Shishi 1-0.
The Keeper Hunt's Expo still works. There were a few issues in there. Early on, it seemed like the Keeper creep route didn't come together too well. But once you have the Alchemist level 3, the Mercamp support, and the Scrolls on your side, it's always very hard for Orc to fight up against that. But there were some really close calls in there. When Soin was pushing the second time, suddenly all the archers were getting slaughtered. That basically came down to the Mercamp saving him. If there's no Mercamp in there, in that position, maybe that game is lost right there by Shishi. So still pretty close,
Yeah.
but Chinese, yeah, as you say, surprises us with the 1-0 and might be able to get the series win here. One more map required.
Yeah, I think that was key to this game. Soin smelling blood in the water, following a little too deep into that position. He could have done more damage to the expansion or even set up like a fallback position with tower and a shop. But no, he wanted to end it there. He wanted to kill Shishi right there before the expansion pays off. Did work. 1-0 for the Night Elves. Northern Isles next.
And that is a map where certainly there won't be a Merc camp to be relied on. An expansion here perhaps a little bit harder to make work. A map that Night Elves have been vetoing quite a bit recently. While the early game creep route is very effective and can oftentimes lead to a fast level 3, in the mid game, creeping up with Ancient of War is going to be a lot more difficult. But still, especially in this matchup, I guess more than in any other, a level 3 first hero can really take over towards the mid stages. That, of course, is the Keeper of the Grove. Despite the victory that Shishi just had, I think that's something he should look to improve. Get that Keeper to level 3 as quickly as you can. And yeah, the Blade Master's job is going to be to prevent that. Creep routes here early on, very, very important.
Yeah. To be honest, I'm impressed by Shishi. How he uses the Wisp especially. And that he's using the Wisp. A lot of Night Elves don't respect the power of Wisps too much or forget about them in stressful situations. Except maybe 1 or 2 fights, he always had them. And to me, that is the key in the late game. Once he could afford them, he had them. And yeah, props for that to Shishi. I wonder what Soin has left. Is there a different approach for him to this? Curious.
TC Headhunters, is that what you're thinking about?
That's what I'm hoping for sure.
It's a cool strat if it works out. I mean, if you get the TC level 5 somehow and land into all these archers with a Stomp and Lightning Shield on top, ooh, it's just beautiful. But the downside, of course, is that you're going to have a very slow early game. You're going to give very free early in return to the Keeper, which can oftentimes lead to problems. We have seen Headhunters semi-successfully in the past by Lin versus Moon, but not with a TC, rather with a Farseer aggressive play. That was such a cool strategy, man. I was so looking forward to that being the answer to Night Elf and that taking over the meta, but it didn't really happen. Did it? But it looked cool the few times when it won with like Torrens and Triple Hero and all that awesome jazz.
Okay. Yeah, there's quite some options to do if you don't feel comfortable. But if you think you're the better player, you should stick to standard, I think. Maybe you need some time to get into that series and figure out how Shishi plays. As I said, there's not too many games of his available. Hear the sound. That's game number 2. That is Northern Isles Xerxishi versus Soin.
Something that we see on this map quite a bit from the top orcs is tier 3 play with Triple Hero, especially in the hands of Lin and Fly. This has been looking pretty strong at times. You counter expand, I think usually on tier 2, but then you hold on the mid game, try to get too late. Triple Hero, Bloodlust, and Pit Lord third. That is sometimes hard to hold on against the Night Elf onslaught of tier 2 mass, but if you do, it can be very, very strong. Looks super cool if it works, but is that something that Soin plays? I don't think I've seen it before from him.
Me neither. I haven't seen too many Soin games, to be honest. Okay, War Mill it is, baby!
Oh boy!
Yep, here we go. Farseer. Okay. I thought it's a TC, but Farseer is another option to play this. So yeah, no grunts, but headhunters.
Pretty cool. This is exactly the strat that Lin played at WGL against Moon. Yeah, if you want to play TC headhunters, you're going to go really crazy. Then you have to go headhunters first. You can't just creep with a TC only. That just is way too slow.
Harass with Shockwave.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
Uh.
It's going to be, Farseer. The Wisp, does he see it? Wisp into the back. Yep.
Yeah.
Sees the War Mill. Okay, Shishi knows what's up.
A
So the problem for Soin is, if Shishi decides to go to level 2 and then be a little aggressive, he can keep these headhunter numbers down with Entangle and Treants. He has to take care of them, man.
Cool game, man. I like seeing this. Soin always up for these unusual strats. Just a little while ago, when we saw him in an Orc Mirror against Focus, it was TC Headhunters indeed. And this time it's Farseer Headhunters. Makes for a very different late game. If the Orc gets to tier 3 and Berserker upgrade with a tiny Great Hall counter expansion and a leveled TC, TC I guess should be the second hero here, then that's very strong against the Night Elf mass. If the Orc gets to that stage, strong on 2 bases tier 3, then normally the Night Elf will want to play a very different late game's army comp. Not mass tier 1, but rather Dryads and Mountain Giants. Is that something that Shishi studied when Moon showed it? Or how is he gonna adjust to this unusual Orc play?
Yeah, good question. How used is he to this? How many games did he watch? Looking forward to seeing this unfold. Farseer, of course, in for the harass. Even prevents level 2. I like that. Question is for how long? Because it always feels like a little counterintuitive, because you need to survive until tier 3. On tier 2, it's not the best strat, I feel. Headhunter's so squishy, your heroes, I don't know. Kind of counterable by Wisp, as we said. And you need to survive for a long time, but you also have to defend the power spike of Night Elves, so
yeah.
Surviving is the key.
And the big concern is also in the mid game, once the TC comes out, if the Keeper is level 3 quickly, he can just walk across the map and kill Headhunters by himself, with like a stab and a couple of right clicks and the level 2 entangle. That feels really bad. If you can keep all your Headhunters alive, that's great. Then the TC can creep up really, really well, can get up to his level 2 Stomp quickly, that changes a lot. But if that doesn't happen, if 2, 3, 4 Headhunters are lost, that can quickly mean GG for this strategy.
So far, Soin is not engaging, keeps everything safe, and he's creeping the marketplace early.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, if it works, it is.
Ah, he knows what he's doing, dude. No problem. Gonna get it? Mana Stone, hallelujah.
Okay, feels good.
Claws +9 also for the Keeper. Very, very good. Is he doing it the same as an Isles? Is he again being aggressive before level 3? He might.
More creeping, more damage. Oh, Shishi has the wrong read. He doesn't know where he is. This marketplace camp's so unusual.
And honestly, why are there no Wisp Scouts?
Mm-hmm.
He has 0 Wisp Scouts on the map.
True.
That is definitely not exactly ideal.
TC Walkers, by the way. No Shaman, no Perch, but Spirit Link and Disenchant.
I'm waiting for the torrents, dude. Let's do it. Demon Hunter second? Yeah, that's smart.
Moon style. Yeah, if you mana burn the TC. And also the strength of a Farseer later, usually he falls off a little. But you can chain lightning the Wisps, and then there's not much to spell. But if you mana burn the Farseer somehow, there's no chain lightning, and then there's Wisp detonates again.
A town is under siege.
Still waiting for the demon. Where is the Ancient of War, by the way?
In the middle? Oh,
You sent it to the main? Oh, okay.
I need to close this choke a little more. Yeah, now he sees the marketplace like, something's missing here. Ooh, Scroll of the Beast. Okay, with Wisps, Scroll of the Beast is easily countered. If Shishi forgets about them, Scroll of the Beast is super powerful with Headhunters.
And the Headhunters have all survived the early game. Now they're pretty well protected. The Keeper level 3, for my taste, once again a little too slow. But now he's got the level 2 entangle. Okay, he could still find some kills. I don't think he has Ultra Vision. I think we saw no Hunter's Hall yet, perhaps. And here comes the Keeper. And this is always the annoying thing. How do you stop this?
Good question. Good question. No early dispel. There's gonna be headhunters falling, but if you can level up the TC, maybe it's worth it. Go Storm first. There's the aura, but every entangle is pretty much a kill.
Yeah, he only had mana for 2 entangles there. Oh, trying to save it with the Spirit Lake.
Forces are under attack.
Not quite.
Soin not opting for an expansion at all. Puts all the resources into his army. Wonder if he techs already, or if there's a backup plan for an expansion. Oh, Shishi with lures.
Yeah, wants to go late game into Dryads and MG. That usually fares a lot better against the Orc tier 3 than just Mass does. Kind of surprised he's doing it so early though. Didn't even go up to 50 supply yet,
Under attack.
but quickly is moving in that direction. Demon Hunter creeping up more. Very poor inventory for the Demon Hunter. Normally you want to really have some stat boosting items, especially health. But it's only the cloak so far. While the TC also keeps on creeping and gets to level 3.
That's big. It's not far away. Question is where to go. Maybe lab. That would take some time. But is it time for Soin to push already? This army feels a little weak.
Forces are under attack.
Yeah. 36 supply only. I guess Berserker upgrade should be coming in soon. He's gonna get a Moonwell cancel here. Alright. But the Walker mana, he's got 1 disenchant. That's it. Okay, second Walker coming in now. He's got a bit more with that. But yeah, I don't think Soin can do very much here.
There was a lot of wasted time. He is preventing the DH from level 3, but only for a couple of seconds. Running away from Dryads is not that easy. Turns around, Walker's in the front as well. That's level 3, Stomp goes for the heroes, but I don't think he has the damage yet. 46 supply only. No wisps here, could pop the Scroll of the Beast, but even then. There's a lot of consumables on Shishi as well. He is well prepared for this.
Another mana burn to say goodbye. Alright, the Torrents are coming though. Soin has bought the time for the Torrent tech. He's almost got the gold for the Tiny. Is he gonna
Player's forces are
buy
under
it right away?
Orb of Lightning.
No,
is
Orb of
always-
Lightning.
Okay.
What?
For Hero Focus, hoping for the Purge. Kinda nice.
Alright.
Also
it's,
against Dryads. It's kinda nice.
Optimistic.
Shishi has 1,000 gold.
But there's still scary timing around the corner. Shishi hasn't gone into upkeep yet. His Moonwell's definitely too late. Way too late. Big macro mistake by Shishi. He could be up at 60 already. Going into upkeep right away. But that's one dry going down. Hey, that was the Orb of Lightning.
See? Already paying off. So, how are these torrents paying off? Oh, I thought for a second he kind of skilled immolation, but no. Gets the cloak. And Torrent can tear down buildings. The Wisp detonate this time not as impactful. TC trying to find a connection on that sad Demon Hunter, but there's an invul. He's very tanky. There's also evasion. Invul first, but where's the healing? Needs to staff him up, but there isn't even a staff.
I may have to TP out of this soon. Throw the beast on both sides. We don't have Wisps coming in here for detonate yet. The Demon in trouble. TP transfer doesn't get it.
Uh-oh.
Big mistake by Soin here. We have the next one after the macro mistake. Now it's the hero loss. That would have been easily enough time to TP him out, but he didn't do it quickly enough.
By Shishi, you mean exactly. TC lining up another storm that might result in 2 more kills. Denies the Torrent this time to not feed the experience. Everything hurt though. Everything very hurt. Expo not killed yet.
He gets level 4.
Oh, one more headhunter. The kingdom for a heal scroll here.
He has gold.
Yep.
Soin has gold for a heal scroll easily. He's so rich. Forces the TP out. Might get one more archer. I think he can just tiny great hole right now if he wants.
He has
He's
1,000
got so
gold.
much gold.
So that might be the play. Whew, tier 3 orc, right? Always fun.
Yeah, and there he is. Back to the shop. Tiny Great Hall. Hell yeah. And with that, I think Soin is suddenly insanely favored. He didn't hit his timings in time. The fact that he forgot about the Moonwells for so long broke his neck.
And the early game seemed good. And the army for Soin didn't seem ready, but 1-2 Torrents, 2 Walkers, and the tier 3 upgrades. Not bad, not bad.
No TP anymore in the Keeper, needs to be careful.
A player's forces
70
are under
supply
attack.
now. We have a staff this time. No invul, no heal scroll. Soin can't lose this game. Lin and Infi are the next opponents in this group. If he starts with a 0-2 loss here, he's pretty much out.
Treants coming in for a bit of harass, but it's only 2 Treants, not that
A player's forces are under attack.
scary. The demon is back, doesn't get the invul. That one went to the TC, that's very important as well. Sorg army is looking strong.
Shishi not going up to 80 yet? Investing into items. Okay, that might be the right call. Wisps are coming in as well. No level 4 on the Night Elf side yet. 2-1 upgrades. Lots of Wisp pulled. Is that necessary?
It's all just range units though, it's archers and dryads. It's gonna be so hard to micro this. He has to kite like a world
A
champion, he has
player's
to kite
forces
like
are under
Moon.
attack.
There might be a bit of a supply lead for Shishi, but I don't think it really reflects this properly.
The Wisps are not really moving. We see a Hex on the Demon Hunter stomp again. Such a huge lockdown. Info post on the TC, heal scroll, another Hex, chain lightnings, and okay, he's zapping them out. Mana will be limited now as the Wisps detonate, but how to kill these units? Tauren moving forward, soaking up the damage. Headhunters doing the damage to the Dryads. This looks like a super hard counter.
Under attack.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty easy fight here for Soin. His tier 3 army has really come online, and Shishi doesn't have the mountain giants that he needs to counter this army. And also, does he not have Abolish? I'm not sure if I've seen a single Abolish. That Hex should be instantly dispelled. Same with many of these Spiritlings. It's an upgrade he may have forgotten about.
The double
Shishi is seems to be getting bested here in the late game.
Looks like it. Sometimes it feels like all his actions aren't as smooth and crisp as, for example, Lolite and Moon. That's, of course, the highest standard ever. But Wisps are standing around for a long time, getting sniped. So he's giving Soin a lot of opportunities to reduce the value of his army. And now the Orc even has a supply lead.
Yeah. With better heroes, with a better army.
A player's
Looking
forces are under
absolutely
attack.
great for the Orc.
Yeah, he should be able to hold this. 4 Tauren, and he can revive them. Mana's looking okay. No Wisp this time, at least not here. Not backstabbing.
Patient play here by Soin, taking his time to move out. He does so now. Again, the Hex.
Oh, he storms all the Wisp to death, dispels the trees. Chain Lightning once more hits whatever he can hit. This is another stab for the Demon Hunter, and that means the TC can reign for free. He's close to level 5. He has a mana potion. He can stomp everything.
Yeah, everything is falling apart here. For Shishi, down to less than 60 supply. Next stomp. Right clicks. That's gonna be the Keeper going down. No staff for him. L5 for the Farseer towards the end. The TC is almost 5 himself. Kind of surprised he's not calling it right away, because this game is certainly over. GG! And 1-1.
Did someone lose a single unit in the last fight? I'm not too sure. He's slapping back, and after 2 days of early decisions, we go into our second decider map today. 1-1 was the score after 2 maps between LinGuaGua and Chimico, and we see the same here now. Big match coming up. It feels like... Was this a pocket strat by Soin? Was it map specific? Can he continue this? Felt like Soin didn't... Shishi didn't really have the answers to it.
Yeah, I think it definitely has to do with the map. The map Northern being rather big and there being many camps around the main to creep for the TC and just headhunters creeping there pretty well because it's so much heavy armor. Definitely works out well. The Farseer harass in the early usually can do a pretty good job as well. But from other Night Elves we have seen, at some point the Farseer has to leave and then the Keeper can't creep up to 3 quickly. Shishi keeps undervaluing the level 3 Keeper. If he gets that faster, if he goes back to the Moonwells, gets full mana, if he kills 3 or maybe 4 headhunters rather than just the 2 that he killed, it would be a very different story. But, oh well, that gives us a third deciding map, so who am I to complain? And if I remember right, it should be Last Refuge.
It is Last Refuge indeed. So, what will we see here? We have seen Tier 3 Orc on this map as well against Night Elf.
Absolutely. A lot of the same things are true about this map that it is for Northern Isles. There's a lot of valuable big camps around the main for the second hero to creep up and lots of heavy armor, meaning the headhunters can creep pretty well. Also, the Keeper's leveling progress isn't so easy. But the nice upside also of Last Refuge is if you play Blade Master Standard, you can play hyper aggressive and even prevent level 2 Keeper for a really long time. So I don't think it's I don't think the Farseer has so many upsides here that it has as he, for example, has on Northern. But both are viable options. And knowing Soin, I think he prefers the cooler style, the Tier 3 style, the Headhunter Torrent style. It seems like oftentimes he gravitates towards these strategies.
Soin has a lot of strategies indeed. Shishi, is he ready for all of this? Curious. This is a big one. This is a really big one for the future of Group B. As we said before, Lin and Infi still in this group. Lin with the 2-0 win over Infi at the top of the bracket will be matched by the winner of the next map. Lots of pressure on both of them. Shishi is first WCG in 7 years. And Soin with his first WCG ever.
Yeah, last time, I think he played the qualifiers, right? But didn't get through. Of course, Korean qualifiers, super tough. Especially last time, where there was only 2 making it through.
This feels a little bit like a bare knuckle box fight, man. It's just a slaughter starting from the mid game on. So many units dying, big fights to determine who has the better position for the late game. But even if you lose the mid game, there's still an option to fight back on this level between them. Looking forward to it.
So daunting, though, for these two players to look ahead for their matches in the group, right?
Yeah.
for Soin, the next match is against Infi, the world champion. And after that, against Lin, the champion before that. Oh, Jesus Christ.
To be honest, I think Soin enjoys playing against Lin. This is always something tricky. He always comes up with new ideas, trying to trick Lin a little, and he had decent success with it. Against a guy who had, like, what, an 86% win rate in competitive Orc Mirrors. That was pretty damn awesome.
Yeah.
The question is, how often can he come up with new stuff, and how fast will Lin figure the strategies out?
Yeah. I would love to see him go TC Headhunters again against Lin. Either to see it win spectacularly, or to see Lin have like the 300 IQ perfect counter to it, which is very often exactly what Lin comes up with. The strategy that we just saw there, that is something that Lin came up with. Sometimes, or rarely successful against Moon before, but sometimes it did lead to victories indeed. Like, for example, on Last Refuge in one of their earlier encounters.
It's kind of funny, right? Sometimes Lin feels a little desperate when there's a matchup he can't really beat, like now the Orc vs. Night Elf matchup, especially against Moon. And then he comes up with the craziest stuff, like using burning oil sometimes. And you see it versus Moon, and it doesn't really work. And then he plays it against a player who's not as strong as Moon, and he destroys them with that strategy. Like, unbelievable. Okay, guys, here we go. Decision time in Group B. Who's matching Lin? And who's following him to the top of the group? And who falls down alongside Infi to the bottom of this group? It is Soin upper right as the Orc against WCG in the red as the Night Elf.
So far, the build's looking standard. For Night Elf, it has become quite fashionable recently to go for neutral hero. But not in this matchup. We've seen it against Human, we've seen it against Undead a little, but against Orc, the Keeper still looks pretty damn good, if you ask me. Especially if he gets level 3 early. I feel like I need a megaphone and go over to Shanghai or wherever Shishi lives and give him a quick blast in his living room or wherever he's playing and tell him, bro, level 3 Keeper, really good. Try to get it. This would have been a big help on map 1 and 2. On map 1 it still worked out even without it, but map 2 definitely became a problem. We do have our first hero Keeper of the Grove, and we did see a War Mill again. It's Farseer Headhunters once.
Indeedo! And that's a harassing Farseer, buying time. And then the Headhunter follow-up. I like it. Feels like Soin gave up on the normal stuff, on the grunts, as they are easy to deal with, and especially Shishi, even though he's not playing too many tournaments anymore, with Keeper Alchemist, he's still very experienced. But if you change it up, if you force him into a Keeper Demon Hunter, that's kinda new. Yeah. So you're challenging him out of his comfort zone. I like that.
Something that Shishi should look to do better here as well against the Farseer harass is, well, the Keeper wants to be leveling, right? He's going to be next to creep camps. So bring wisps to the creep camps that you're at. There's going to be wolves there. He's going to be trying to put damage on your hero and your archers. Bring wisps. In general, it's something you want to do as a Night Elf, seemingly all the time, everywhere. They can be so effective if used properly. Don't underuse them. Make sure you have them around. They don't quite one-shot wolves anymore, but almost kill them. Speaking of wisp, one dies here. Oh, gets the experience at least. That is so important for the Farseer. For the Keeper.
Yeah, Farseer didn't get any experience, was detonated over there. And Soin once again pooling the Headhunters in his base, as the Entangle is so strong early on. There's no Entangle yet, but will be once the Headhunters would have moved across the map. So better safe than sorry. And then once you have 4 to 5, move them out, start creeping with the TC.
A player's forces are under attack.
So in being annoying with the wolves, they can pressure the wisps pretty well. Of course, you always want to split the wolves so that one detonate doesn't hit 2 of your summons. But he's been doing that pretty well so far. Shishi with the tech here quickly. Not going into Huntresses, very understandably so. Stomp plus Headhunters can very quickly lead to the demise of all the hunts.
Feels like today is the day of the prevented level 2s. Throughout the entire first series, that was the game plan for LinGuaGua, and now this is the case for Soin as well. With very good reason.
Yeah, I like how Soin is doing this so far. Seems to be working out well here. Slowing down the Keeper. But once there's like 5 archers, then the creeping can really start to pick up. But same is the case for the Headhunters. And suddenly we do have quite a few of them. Going towards the Merchant. With the heavy armor of the Ogres, he can creep that pretty quickly. As Shishi is opening up the natural, that will finally be his level 2. Could he creep the Merc camp? That would be really nice for him. Would be a lot of experience, possibly level 3, and mercenaries.
Yeah. There's a little bit of a pattern here with Soin, right? Pool 4 Headhunters until you are ready with them, harass, and then get one of the big spots. There was the marketplace. And this can easily be contested in the early mid-game stages thanks to the Keeper's strength at level 3, but it's not allowing that, so this will not be stolen away.
Players' forces are under attack.
Alright, Keeper goes back to the main, gets the mana. Is he again being aggressive on level 2? He's about to hit tier 2 as well. Going towards the tavern. And again he's aggressive on level 2. All right, doing it once more.
Ooh, this is a tough spot. If Shishi's not pulling through with this attack. It could have been a nasty creep jack, but he's focusing on his own merchant.
Player's forces are under attack.
Imagine an entangle there. That's at least the big invul, if not the town portal.
I wonder, should Shishi maybe go for a tavern hero right now? Demon Hunter is the best if you get him to 3, but you have to wait a full minute until he comes from the altar.
Yeah.
The Keeper's gonna get level 3 right here. He can solo harass. For tempo purposes, an Alchemist might be better, even considering that we're gonna have a TC.
Expansion now at the beginning of tier 2. Demon Hunter once again.
A player's forces are under attack.
Keeper level 3. Alright, how many headhunters can he kill this time? There's no dispel. For a bit, it's once again Totem, not Spirit Launch.
Is under siege.
Yeah, and this is exactly what you want to do. This is how the Keeper can punish this so well. He's gonna get 2 headhunters here, I think. Should probably get even more. He's waiting for the ensnare cooldowns. Does he have Ultra Vision advantage? I'm not sure.
Ooh, what
Oh,
of the wind,
the one of the wind, though.
dude. Stomp! Oh, does he have enough damage with this? Chain lightning or something? Out of nowhere? No.
There's one of the wind, though. So, towards the Merc camp here. Solo creeping this with the Demon Hunter would be great, but it's a really hard camp to take, so rather do it with the Keeper, maybe. Oh, sends it away. And now the Keeper is really dangerous, right? If he walks into another Cyclone Surround, ooh, that wouldn't be good for Shishi.
Yeah. How to get out without a staff? That's nasty. Wait, is this enough already? The Wisp Cyclone. To prevent the detonate. Smartly done. Wait, this can't be enough. But it's a lot of damage.
Okay. A bit more experience also on the Demon Hunter.
Are under attack.
Was the detonate command still queued?
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
I didn't know that.
Okay, we got the double totem, we got the tier 3. So in banking already, maybe for Tiny Great Hole. He's at 450. Maybe you should be a little more careful. And yeah, he is. Not too greedy and expanding at 36.
Yeah, Shishi needs to make sure he remembers the Moonwells in time this time around. He doesn't want to be stuck on 1,500 gold again.
Yeah, that was kind of bad. At least he can go up to 60 this already.
So there's one Wand of the Wind left. Placed perfectly on the Demon Hunter. Could be very nice, preventing mana burn. But there should be Abolish as well on Shishi's side. Earlier, that could have been used better. Oh, nice creep of the Ogre Lord. Does it well.
Good block by the Wisp for sure. But dude, I once again don't see the 70 supply Moonwell. Maybe he's building it right now at the expansion. Ooh, so super low on lumber. Was there a big upgrade that he just purchased? Not sure. Okay, it fixes itself now.
Demon Hunter gets to 3. That's important.
There's the Moonwell.
Oh,
Ooh,
it's late again. He's stuck on 60 for a while.
No, I think kinda evens out. Soin is losing a lot of time here. Just getting experience, not an item. And there's nothing else to do on that side of the map except pushing the expansion.
He could try to look for a fight there, but he wanted to get the staff first. That's very nice, of course, to save the Demon Hunter. Should
Demon
we
Hunters
add a few Mountain Giants even without upgrades to have them as tanks?
I think so. There's no bestiary, right? So Kodos can't just eat them. I would love that. Like, Torren gets so confused thanks to Taunt. Soin did a very good impression of that at a WGL a couple of years ago. I think so. They are very expensive, but he can afford it with that expansion. But he's still tier 2, right?
Yes. So wouldn't have upgrades.
Here's the Cyclone. Dispels it, stomps it, and Hero Focus once again. That's a lot of normal damage as well, but big heal potion. Ditsy of the opinion they can burn through this. TC is in trouble. Invo potion for 7 seconds, and the staff to save the demon. So he's out of that fight, but how long can the TC last?
And the Imbo wears out, he's going to be in a bit of problems here. The Torrent's also dropping low quite quickly. The Mauler was taken out before. Wisp now coming in for the detonate, and so it's falling back.
Ooh, can he save the second Torrent? 2 HP. That poison's not lethal.
Does he have Master Training? Then he could revive it. Otherwise, it's going to take forever to heal.
Yeah, I don't think so. Nope, Adept. But it's almost there.
Okay, he's going for the Tiny Great Hall again. Now, does Shishi have the read that this is happening? Can he pressure it? Does he have the army big enough to do it?
I mean, there is the upper left red spot, right? So he can go for that, make a pit stop at the shop, exactly, and scout. He knows it because there's the wisp. There's a red dot at the opponent's gold mine.
A
He's
town
getting
is
inroad for the
under
demon
siege.
as well. That's a big deal.
And there's no One of the Wind anymore, so and I worry for you.
If he holds here, though, he's going to be in a good spot.
Yeah. No towers, no burrows, no shop,
A player's forces
and he
are
might
under
be
attack.
creep jacked.
Ooh, the perfect position. Or is it?
Kind of weird to engage, isn't it? He has to go through the trees. A lot of the army is blocking itself. And once again, it's the battle of TC versus Demon Hunter. TC down to 50%. No invul this time. Wisps are coming in once more, trying to find the walkers, but they are split very nicely. And the Chain Lightning hit the Wisp as well. So in 43 supply, 600 gold. Needs to reproduce. 70 supply for Shishi. The deciding fight of this series in Group B. Right here.
Yeah, with the Torrents taken out, suddenly the front line isn't there anymore. The speed scroll is running out and partly getting dispelled. The Abolishers now are on point. 4 and 3 hero levels quite strong. Some Dryads are dying, but it's so many Dryads coming back at all times.
Treants put more pressure onto Soin. Demon Hunter is regenerating. Well done. Saving that reju potion for a moment when there's a little peace. So Shishi pushing forward. 30 supply lead. What a surprise this would be. No big surprises yet in this tournament, but the Chinese could cause one.
Finally, a good performance again. But an idle player from China who had certainly been suffering lately. But this game is looking really good now.
Forces are under
Can Soin still hold on to this expansion? It feels like he must hold this expo.
Yeah, but how? With a level 4 TC, there's a mana potion, no invo potion, no heal potion. There should be a lot of hero focus again. There's still mana on the Keeper despite using a lot of Treants. He's going for the Demon Hunter, but that buys the time to kill the Tiny Great Hall. All the damage in the world onto the second hero. But the TC as well has to get out of that fight. He can't even save him, I think, with the Dryad slow, with the poison stacking up.
A player's forces are
Down
under
to
attack.
50 supply. Yeah, that's enough time. That expansion did not pay off at all. And there's nothing left in the tank for Soin.
Demon Hunter has no invul anymore. Maybe a hero kill onto him could change something. But we're grasping at straws here. It's 74 supply for Shishi. Soin at least made it to 50. But such a strong position now for Shishi. He's taking to tier 3. Might be going into MGs.
Yeah.
Triple hero. Orb.
Cool. I like that he's not pushing through. Kind of a weird position if you want to go into the Orc base from the left-hand side. He's taking his time, steps back a little. He knows, okay, there's the red spot. I can go to tier 3. I can get huge tanks and some upgrades. It's good. This is good plays by Shishi.
Finds a wonderful item at the red as well. Legion Doomhorn is amazing.
Yes.
A town is under siege.
Invo
Right, so
potion
if
heal
he,
scroll.
if he fights into this little bottleneck right here, that's gonna be tough.
Yep. You shouldn't do that.
But he respects his opponent. He's patient, taking his time.
Yeah, without a heal potion or invo potion on the keeper, I think that's the right call.
He's got so many upgrades coming.
On the demon, I mean.
With tier 3 finishing. Yeah, this MG is gonna make everything a lot harder.
Yeah. The Tauren will walk around like headless chicken. Rock, paper, scissors system is not favoring the headhunters against the mountain giants either. What item did he get? Pendant of energy. Okay, that's sweet.
Did you see how quick that turtle died? Just like pulverized, smack bang.
Yeah, well, unlucky for Soin that not the turtles are his opponent, but WCG.
Dude, if Taurens attack a demon hunter and he has evasion, you know, he dodges with evasion, does the pulverized damage still come through?
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, I should know this. I think so. Oh. Wait, how is it with acid bomb? I don't know. Weird mechanics in Warcraft. We will test that and
town is
report
under
back on you.
siege.
All right,
Yes,
TC level
yes.
5.
Yes, it does. Okay.
That's kind of cool. That's ways to put on damage on this demon hunter, but boy, this demon has invul, double heal, level 4, and a staff to protect him.
Yeah.
It's, let's say it's not very easy killing him off.
No, he also has a health stone. He has, of course, evasion level 2.
Yeah.
And this helm is also not too bad.
Tanky boy.
Indeed. Invis TC. He has one play. What's it gonna be? 4 torrent, 60 supply. So it has an invul and a mana potion. Where's he gonna use it on? Okay, once again on the Demon Hunter. This was to be expected, but there is staff against this. He's staying in that fight. Continues to burn, I guess, but the TC is retreating into the back line. Well, that's his mana.
He's doing a good job disabling these archers, but no follow-up damage to actually kill them. Oh, and the heal throw is also wonderful. The MGs, though, in the front line are starting to fall, kind of.
So is the TC. Demon Hunter still and boss. Tauren very, very hurt. The detonates are coming in. Ethereal form for the walkers. They don't do damage at the moment. Taurens are falling level 5 on both Orc heroes, but there's an entangle. There's right click. There's no saving this TC. And I guess there's no saving Soin.
With double level 5 heroes, he's chasing now for more kills, and this should be it. The upset is complete. The Chinese victorious today, as it seems, with a great comeback into the professional circuit for Shishi.
Yep, that's the second hero falling as well. And that's him being down to 32 supply. That's the victory! Night Elf winning over Orc, Shishi winning over Soin. Once again, a split Chinese and Korean day, with Chaemiko defeating LinGuaGua and Shishi defeating Soin.
And that's me making 22 gold coins on War 3 info. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Finally, I got some coins back again. Yeah, Shishi today was going into this as the big underdog. Ranked only 38th in the ELO across the world. This win here is going to move him forward a little bit. And does bode somewhat well for him in Group B. But as we said earlier, even with a victory for one of these two, still going to be tough. Lin and Infi, the remaining players. And that's a tall order.
Exactly. This tournament, WCG Connected, is a battle between Seoul and Shanghai, so China versus Korea. And after week 1, wins are evenly split between the two countries. We got Lin winning, we got 1-0 winning, we got LinGuaGua winning, Chaemiko, Sok, and WCG.
Exactly the way we want to see it. Nice and even between the two juggernauts, the heavy hitters of the Warcraft scene.
Yesterday we had our first 3-0 in TH, who I of course forgot a little here. Today we had 2-1s with deciding maps. We take all the best of 3s here in full. But today we had decisions in game 3 and that was nice. 1-0 in Chaemiko over Moon and LinGuaGua after play day 1. Was it to be expected? I think Moon went into this as the favorite, but of course there's a chance for him to still make it into the playoffs. Same goes for Infi here in Group B. Lin and Joshishi reigning with 2 points and 1 victory. Bad for Soin. Really bad for Soin. Our next week, Colorful vs Michael, Fly vs Lawliot, 1-0 vs Chimico, Infi vs Soin, TH vs Michael, and Lawliot vs WFZ. So double duty for the DreamHack Summer Asia champion.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more amazing games coming our way. Once again, all China versus Korea. We continue the storyline before we're going to have a civil war breaking out, I believe, in week 3. Games have been amazing already, Neo.
Seriously?
That is it for our first week.
WCG not disappointing here, especially in case you're tuning in late. LinGuaGua versus Chimico, game number 1, Echo Isles. Maybe one of the matches of the year. Very cool. Week 1. I hope you tune in next Monday. We're going to be there Monday to Wednesday, 12 CEST, so high noon, with WCG Connected 2020 Seoul versus Shanghai. Matches are staggering up. We see you next week.
Powerful innovation has arrived, with the speed to go beyond limitation and discover the unreal. Introducing the Samsung NVMe SSD 970 series, the key to unlocking your power, with the performance to reach beyond the expected, the capacity to illuminate a world of ideas, and the reliability to sustain it all. Samsung's latest NVMe M.2 SSD. Unreal performance realized.